A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Costello program brought to you by Camel, the cigarette that's first in the service. Camel stay fresh, cool smoking, and slow burning because they're packed to go around the world. Listen to the music of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the songs of Connie Haynes, tonight's guests Sally Eilers and Alan Hale, Warner Brothers star of Adventures of Mark Twain, and starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
What's all the excitement?
Oh, Abbott, the big circus just came to town, and I've been out watching the parade. What a parade! First came the elephants, after them come the clowns, and after the clowns came the beautiful Lady Godiva on a big white horse.
What? Wait a minute, Al. What came after Lady Godiva?
Me and every sailor in California.
Oh. Costello, aren't you a little old to be following parades?
Oh, not me, Abbott. I'm crazy about circus parades. I love those big elephants. Quote, some people like to be firemen and squirt water through their nose, but I like to be an elephant and squirt water through my nose. Unquote.
All right, never mind. Look, never mind the circus.
Boy, did that lay.
All right, never mind the circus. Look, never mind the circus. We have other things to do.
Oh, yes. Yes, but I can't forget about the circus, Abbott. I come from a family of circus people. My Uncle Rollo was the world's greatest tightrope walker.
Yes?
Until he broke his neck.
Well, how did he break his neck?
One night he was tight and the rope wasn't. Zip! Neck. Crack.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I had another uncle. He was 6 feet tall. He used to stick his head in the lion's mouth.
What's his name?
Now we call him Shorty.
No. All right, Costello, I've heard enough. Let's change the subject.
Oh, Abbott, you're talking about the happiest days of my life. What fun I used to have in a sideshow. I always used to tickle the tattooed lady with a feather.
You tickled the tattooed lady? What for?
To see moving pictures.
The moving pictures.
But she finally had to leave the circus, Abbott.
You mean the tattooed lady quit?
No, she had her face lifted and it threw all the pictures out of focus.
Costello, now don't try to kid me. I don't believe you were ever near a circus.
Oh, yeah? Well, here's a picture of me taken with a Ubangi girl.
Let me see it. Wait a minute. I see the Ubangi girl, but I don't see you.
I'm sitting in the shade of her lower lip.
No. Look, Costello, just what did you do at the circus?
I used to train the wild zebras.
You trained wild zebras?
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't make me laugh. You don't even know what a zebra is.
Oh, don't. A zebra is a black horse with Venetian blinds.
Well, hello, fellas.
Oh, it's Ken Niles.
What's cooking, boys?
Nothing's cooking, Niles. You brought that aroma in with you.
No. I'll cut that out. Say, Ken, Costello was just telling me that there's a circus in town. Did you see the parade?
Indeed I did, Bud. I know all about that circus. In fact, my lovely wife helped bring the circus to Hollywood.
What did you do, pull one of the wagons?
Now, look here, Costello. You can't compare my wife to a horse.
You're right. Her ears are too long.
Costello, will you be quiet? What did you mean, Ken, about your wife bringing the circus to town?
Well, Bud, my wife is co-chairman of the big Hollywood Benefit Carnival and Circus.
Mm-hmm.
She's been up every night preparing for this big carnival. That's why she has those little crow's feet under her eyes.
Little crow's feet? Brother, those crows must have been wearing baseball shoes.
Oh, I heard that remark, you overgrown hippopotamus.
I said it for you to hear, yes.
Take it easy, Costello.
What are you wearing?
Now, never mind.
There's an army man outside who wants to talk to you.
An army man? What does he want?
He wants you to replace a tank for active duty.
Now, do you see what you started, Costello? Always fighting. Nobody will like you.
Oh, I don't worry about that, Abbott. I'm the kind of guy that grows on people.
The only trouble is, Costello, a little too much of you grew on you.
Oh, you sure stole him that time?
Boy, you kill you, don't you?
Oh, darling, you're wonderful. To me, you're the only woman in the world.
Oh, and Kenneth, my love, you're the only man in the world.
And you're the only woman in the world.
Oh, and you're the only man in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just been listening to Adam and Eve.
Oh, stop it, please, Costello. Mrs. Niles, Ken was just telling us that you're co-chairman of the Hollywood Benefit Carnival.
That's right, Mr. Abbott. And I'm asking all the movie stars to donate their services.
Well, I don't know exactly what I can do, Mrs. Niles, but Costello here was just telling me that he used to be with a circus.
Costello with a circus. What cage was he in?
What cage was I in? I was in there with the little... I wasn't in any cage, kid. I used to manage somebody. I used to manage the great Minestrone. He was the greatest high diver in the world. I didn't know I had to continue. He used to dive 500 feet from the top of the tent into a pail of water.
Dive 500 feet into a pail of water? Nobody can do that.
He did it once.
Never mind what he did. Look, Costello, never mind what he did. What can you do in this circus? For example, are you an equestrian?
I'm an American.
No, Costello. Now, how would you like to ride bareback?
What, in front of all those people?
Listen, you dummy. Do you know anything about trick riding?
Oh, you mean, am I an equestrian?
Well,
that's different, Abbott. I'm the best trick rider you ever saw.
You are?
One time in a circus, I rode 2 horses standing up. 1 foot on one horse and the other foot on the other horse.
And what happened?
Suddenly, an elephant came between us. One horse went one way, the other horse went the other way.
I'll bet that was a laugh.
Laugh? I thought I'd split.
Shut up!
Straddling the equator off the west coast of South America are the Galapagos Islands, guarding the Pacific approaches to the Panama Canal. To Americans stationed in the Galapagos Islands, to United States bases and outposts throughout the world, go Camel cigarettes. By the million, by the ton. For Camels are first with men in all the services according to actual sales records. And the Camel cigarettes that reach the Pacific Islands, as well as the Camels that reach you, are fresh, cool smoking, and slow burning, because they're packed to go around the world. Both at home and overseas, more people want Camels now. More people want the fresh cigarette, the cigarette with more flavor. So remember, if your store is sold out today, Camel cigarettes are worth asking for again. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camel cigarettes. Camel standard of costlier tobaccos is the same for soldier, for civilian, anywhere in the world. Freddie Rich and the orchestra answer many requests for Speak Low.
For the big benefit circus show. Get your tickets right over. Miss Michaela, she shakes, she quivers.
Oh, every muscle for attention.
And right over here, we have Jojo, the dog-faced boy. Hey, you, fat man. Step over and see Jojo, the dog-faced boy, for a quarter.
Hey, I wouldn't pay a quarter to see a dog-faced boy.
Say, ain't you Lou Costello?
Oh, yeah.
You can go in for nothing.
What?
Courtesy to all freaks. Never mind him. Come on, Costello. We're expected at the manager's office. Mrs. Niles told her we'd be here. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Pardon me, miss. We'd like to, Say, Costello, look who it is. Sally Eilers.
Gee, hello, Sally. My name's Lou Costello.
Oh, don't bother about that. Can happen to anybody. You fellas are just in time. The show's about to go on, and our lion tamer quit.
Costello, do you know anything about lions?
Do I know anything about lions? Of course I know a lot of things about lions. One time I went lion hunting in Africa with my brother, and I brought back a stuffed lion.
What was the lion stuffed with?
My brother. And another thing, kid, you ain't getting me in a cage with no lion.
Oh, but you don't have to be afraid of this lion. He was raised on milk.
So was I, but I eat meat now. When I can get it.
Oh, but this lion hasn't any teeth.
I know, but he could gum me to pieces.
But, Costello, this circus is for charity. You mean you won't go into that lion cage?
No. Why should I risk youth, security, and beauty?
Well, perhaps lion taming is too dangerous. However, you can help at one of the concessions. Come over here with me. Now walk this way.
I can't walk that way.
Why not?
You're wearing high heels.
All right. Shut up, will you, please? We'll find out what's going on around here. Now, what do you want us to do over here, Sally?
Well, Bud, you and I will stand out at the counter and sell these baseballs. And Costello, you stick your head through that hole in the canvas.
And what am I going to see through that hole?
Well, you might see some big stars.
You mean like Ginger Rogers and Lana Turner?
Oh, no. More like Jupiter and Mars.
What studio do they work for? I know that Hedy Lamar's, but that Jupiter guy, I don't know.
I know, but don't be stupid. Go ahead now. Come on, be a nice little boy. Stick your head through that canvas. That a boy. That's fine. All right, folks, step right up. 3 balls for dime. Hit the little boy on the head.
Hey, folks,
3
step
balls
right
for
up.
dime. Step right up.
Hit the little boy on the head.
That's the spirit.
Step right up.
Step right up.
Wait a minute. Hit what boy on what head? And with what ball?
We're talking about you, Costello.
Yes, the people throw these baseballs at your head. If they hit you, they get a box of candy.
And I get a box of aspirins.
No.
That first word was funny, wasn't it?
Listen, you know what you do, Lou? When you see the ball coming, you duck.
Yeah, but suppose I forget to duck.
Oh, we've taken care of that. We furnish you with a safety cap. If the ball hits you, it bounces off the cap.
Yes, ma'am. But did you ever take into consideration what makes the little ball bounce off the little cap? My head! I quit!
No.
Quit!
Don't be silly. Lou, you can't get hurt.
Oh, no? What happened to the guy who had this job before I took it?
Oh, here he comes now. Step aside and let the stretcher by.
Stretcher? Hey, Abbott, I'm going to ask this guy on a stretcher a question. Hey, buddy, did those baseballs hurt you? How does your little head feel?
Oh, my little head feels fine.
Oh, good.
In fact, I feel absolutely normal.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm so glad you came to see me, Miss Lamar.
Miss Lamar? That's all I want to know, brother. Let me out of here!
No, don't be such a coward, Costello. Put your head back in that hole. And I'll throw a few practice balls. Get ready now. Now, here comes the first one. Costello, get up. Get up off your knees and stop playing with those marbles.
What marbles? I'm picking up my teeth. Miss Eilers, would you mind stepping back, please? You are standing on the tooth that I use for my essence.
This is for charity. Now, go ahead, Bud. Throw another ball. It'll attract the crowd.
Now, what's the matter?
Why aren't the sirens blowing?
Why should the sirens blow?
There's a blackout!
Oh, Costello, did he really hit you?
Did he hit me? With this slip on my head, a haircut will cost me double. I ain't taking this job, Sally. Get another boy.
Well, that's a fine thing. It's a fine thing coming from you, Costello. This is a benefit and for charity. And they need a hard-headed man like you, and you want to crawl out from under. You should be ashamed of yourself.
guess I'm an ingrate.
I'll say you are. You could make hundreds of people happy. Think of the fun they could have throwing baseballs at your head. But no. You're selfish. You want to quit and spoil their pleasure.
I'm sorry. I'm a regular killjoy.
Yes, you are a killjoy. Think of the mothers and fathers who bring their little kiddies, little teeny-weeny kiddies down here to laugh at you getting hit on the head. But do you care about the kiddies? Do you care about the little teeny-weeny kiddies? No, not you.
I'm always thinking of myself.
I'll say you are.
Oh, I'm a bad boy! Hey, Abbott, please don't tell my scoutmaster on me.
Well, I should.
Oh, please don't. If you do, he won't take me to see the La Brea tar pits.
Oh, Sally! Sally! Oh, it's Mrs. Niles.
Oh, Sally, my dear, I just came from the main tent. The wrestling match is about to start, and something terrible's happened.
What's the matter? Did you forget to put out the tights? You forget your tights or something? What kind of typing is this?
Oh, nothing of the sort. We arranged for a professional wrestler to take all comers, and he's broken his arm. We must get a substitute immediately. Someone with stamina, strength, and courage.
And that man is Lou Costello.
Oh. Yes, that man is... Cut it out, Abbott. I ain't going to wrestle. My brother was a wrestler, and he got a terrible cauliflower ear.
Oh, that's nothing. Lots of people have cauliflower ears.
Yeah, but his is cream.
Wait a minute. I've got an idea. Look, Lou, they'll announce you wrestle anybody. Then I'll jump into the ring first, and we'll pretend to wrestle. That's all there is to it.
I got a better idea, Abbott. Why can't I wrestle Sally Eilers?
Oh, but Lou, that's silly. Boys don't wrestle with girls.
Oh, she's so young.
Get out of here!
And now here's Connie Haynes to sing a brand new song. For the first time on the air, listen to Saltwater Cowboy.
Who is that great, big, wonderful man wearing that fine coat of tan? He's a saltwater cowboy with the whole world for his brains. Just a saltwater cowboy, and the herd he rides is strange. He's a rounding up his country's foes, wherever they may be. He's a saltwater cowboy, a United States Marine. Get along, little nippy, I can hear my singing pal. I'm taking you to pasture in a barbed wire corral. He's the salt of the earth, boy, and he's long and lank and lean. He's the saltwater cowboy, United States Marine. Get along, Sukiyaki, drag the man from the golden west. I'm gonna brand your carcass with a star-striped U.S. Oh, you don't have to worry, he will keep your pastures green. He's a saltwater cowboy, a United States Marine.
As the fellow said after he bet on Bing Crosby's horses, they're going to run all night. All day, too, and with flat feet. Yes, that's plenty flat, all right. And it can be worse than your cigarette. If wartime flatness is spoiling your smoking, get Camel. If you're looking for a cigarette that won't go flat no matter how many you smoke, get Camels for more flavor. You see, Camel cigarettes are matchlessly blended of costlier tobaccos, blended to give them more flavor. And more flavor helps Camels hold up, keep from going flat no matter how many you smoke. Give Camel cigarettes the T-zone test. Your taste will prove to you that Camels do have more flavor. And your throat will give you the last word on Camel's smooth extra mildness. And remember, Camel cigarettes stay fresh, cool smoking, and slow burning because they're packed to go around the world.
C-A-M.
KIBM. Camel cigarettes. They're first in the service. They've got what it takes.
All right, Costello. The tent is filling up. Are you all dressed for the wrestling match with me?
Yes, I'm all ready, Abbott. How about look in these wrestling trunks?
Wait a minute. What kind of trunks are those? What's that writing across the seat?
Oh, that lights up, Abbott.
And what does it say?
Come to Joe's for dinner. What a spread.
All right. All right, let's get out there. The crowd's waiting.
Hey, look, Abbott, remember one thing. When they call for volunteers to wrestle me, be sure you're the first one to get in the ring. There's some pretty tough guys out there. I don't want to wrestle any one of them swing shift workers.
Why not?
Because when they swing, I might not shift.
You wait here in the locker room, Costello. I'll see if they're ready.
Oh, Bud Abbott, I've got some wonderful news for you. We've got a great opponent for Costello to wrestle. I want you to meet Alan Hale.
Well, hello, Bud. Where's that little meatball partner of yours? I want to bounce him around a little.
Wait a minute, Alan. Costello expects to wrestle me.
Oh, no. He's my pigeon. I'm collecting waste fat.
Gee, Alan, I don't think Costello's in good shape.
Oh, don't worry. I'll straighten him out. I think I'll go in and take a look at the body. But don't let on that I'm wrestling him. I want it to come as a pleasant surprise.
Oh, Lou, a friend of yours wants to say hello to you. Alan Hale.
Oh, hello, Alan, old boy. Did you come over here to watch me wrestle?
Watch you? Why, Costello, I want you to feel that I'll be in there with you every minute. And tell me, Costello, have you ever had any wrestling experience?
Oh, sure. One time I wrestled a champion of an African tribe.
You bangy?
Yeah, and he bangied me right back. He uppercutted me.
Boys, now we can't stay in the locker room. The crowd's waiting.
Okay, Sally, and don't worry, Abbott. I won't hurt you one bit.
That's right, Abbott. He won't lay a hand on you.
I don't know what I'm laughing at. But after all, he is our guest star.
Well, let's go, Costello. Into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main match of the evening. In this corner, at 205 pounds, Lou Canvasback Costello. And in the other corner, the challenger at 493 pounds.
493 pounds? Hey, Abbott. Ha, they're trying to make you look good, Abbott.
The Warner Brothers star of The Adventures of Mark Twain, Mr. Alan Hale.
Alan Hale? Alan Hale? Abbott, when did you change your name? When did you start working for Warner Brothers instead of Universal? When are you making the pictures of The Adventures of Mark Twain? What's the matter? Are we together? Why, they're framing me. Hale, I'm supposed to wrestle you. Abbott, or somebody?
I know who you're supposed to wrestle. Abbott's no match for you. He's certainly no match for you. Come on now, Costello. I'm going to slam you on that canvas, step on your gizzard, and hit you on the head so hard you'll be wearing your socks for a turtleneck sweater.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And furthermore, I think you can do it.
Come, boys. Let's get on with this wrestling match. I'm the referee. And as the referee, there's one thing I insist on, a clean fight. I want a clean fight. And I want a clean fight.
Then why don't you two guys fight? I get kind of dirty.
Quiet, Costello. Pay attention to the referee.
Yeah, there's another thing. As the referee, I am not interested in either one of you. I am playing no favorites. No favorites. You understand that, Costello?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that, Mr. Hale?
Yeah, Charlie, and tell your sister I'll be over at 9 o'clock.
Wait a minute, Abbott. Hale goes out with the referee's sister. I'm getting out of here.
Get back there, Costello. Now, remember, at the bell, shake hands.
I don't have to shake hands. Mine are shaking already.
Be a sport, Costello. Stick out your hand.
Okay. My hand. Alan, my hand. Well, I can always use it for a fly swatter.
All right, boys, at the bell, start to wrestle. Remember, one fall takes all.
Costello, get in there and put up a great fight.
Stop the match! Stop the match!
We haven't started yet.
I know, but I'm winded.
Let's go, Costello. I'll mop up the floor with you.
Oh, yeah? Let me tell you something, Hale. You show me a tough guy and I'll show you a coward.
Well, I'm a tough guy.
Well, I'm a coward.
Get ready now, Costello. Here's a toe hold.
Here's a leg hold.
Here's a headlock.
Here's a hammerlock.
Here's your arm.
Thanks.
Come on, Costello. You're putting up a terrific fight.
Oh, my nose, my nose. Hale, you flattened my nose. How will I smell?
Shall I tell him?
Keep going, Costello. Keep going. Get in there.
Hey, Abbott, I think I've got him worried. He's afraid.
Well, what do you mean he's afraid?
He's afraid he's going to kill me.
Get set, Costello. I'm going to give you a body slam.
Wait a minute. Hey. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Costello, please, stay down there. Don't keep jumping up.
Who's jumping up? I'm bouncing. Hey, Abbott, throw in the towel. Throw in the towel right now.
Why now?
I don't think I'll be around this way again.
Don't worry, Costello. And now I got a little something that'll settle this whole match. See if you like this airplane spin.
You ain't got no pilot's license, Hale. Let me go.
Here you go. Way, way up in the air.
Wait a second. Put me down, Hale. Put me down.
It's round and round and round you go.
And when I come out, and nobody knows.
Costello, get up. The crowd's waiting for you to get back into the ring. Get out from under those seats.
Abbott, I'm not going into that ring.
You're not. You're talking like a coward. Where's your backbone?
Yeah, Costello. Where's your backbone?
I don't know where it is, and I'm not going back in there till I find it.
Abbott and Costello will be back in just a moment.
Thanks to the Yanks of the Week. Tonight we salute Lieutenant Colonel William Leverett of Lakesland, South Carolina, who has been awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for extraordinary heroism. Leading a flight of only 7 American fighters over the Aegean Sea, he sighted 30 German planes about to bomb an Allied convoy. He attacked immediately, and knowing that his ammunition was limited, waited until he was dangerously close to each German plane before firing. Colonel Leverett personally destroyed 7 enemy planes and damaged 2 others, while the other 6 pilots destroyed 10 more without a single loss. In honor of you and your men, Colonel William Leverett, the makers of Camels are sending to our soldiers overseas 300,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the 4 Camel radio shows honors the Yank of the Week, sends 300,000 Camel cigarettes overseas. A total of more than 1 million Camels sent free each week. In this country, the traveling Camel caravans have thanked audiences of more than 3.5 million Yanks with free shows and free Camels. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States 4 times a week, a shortwave to our men overseas and to South America. Listen tomorrow to Gary Moore and Jimmy Durante. Saturday to Bob Hawke in Thanks to the Yanks. Monday to Blondie. And next Thursday to Abbott and Costello with their guest, Miss Linda Darnell. And now, here's Abbott with the final word.
Thanks, Ken. Well, Costello, you certainly made a fool of yourself tonight. Now, I want you to be very careful next week with Linda Darnell.
Why, Abbott?
Well, you know, Linda used to be in the circus business and the mind-reading act in vaudeville. She can read your mind.
She can't read my mind, brother. Hello. Oh, hello, Linda.
Abbott, it's Linda Darnell.
No.
Hello, Linda. What do you know?
Oh.
Well, Costello, did Linda read your mind?
She must have. It's the first time I ever got slapped over the phone.
Oh, good night, folks. Good night, neighbors.
Be sure to tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show with Freddie Rich and his orchestra and our special guest, Miss Linda Darnell. And remember, get Camels for more flavor. If you're looking for a cigarette that won't go flat no matter how many you smoke, get Camels for more flavor. This is Ken Niles wishing you a very pleasant good night from Hollywood.
More pipes smoke Prince Albert than any other tobacco in the whole world. Here's one reason why. Prince Albert's no-bite treated to keep your pipe from biting your tongue. Yes, sir, because Prince Albert's no-bite treated to give you cool, tongue-happy smoking comfort. PA's crimp cut, too, to pack and burn and draw just right. The big red 2-ounce package of Prince Albert holds around 50 rich-tasting, swell-smoking pipefuls. And believe me, each one is mighty convincing proof that PA stands for Pipe Appeal. More pipes smoke Prince Albert. It's the National Joy Smoke.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The secret word tonight is heart. H-E-A-R-T.
Really?
You bet your life. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, November 13th, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer will put on display for the first time what we honestly believe to be the most beautiful car ever built, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto. We'll have more to say about this exciting news in a few minutes. And here he is, the one, the only...
You'll have to speak to my campaign manager. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $2,000 for one of our couples.
We have a housewife for you, Groucho.
You have, eh?
Yes, she was selected from our audience just before we went on the air.
Oh, how nice.
And her partner is a man with an interesting occupation, Mr. Louis Spinner. Folks, come on in and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. And now then, what have we here? A beautiful, bewitching creature. That's what we have. That's a real charmer. Tell me, are you married?
Yes.
I wasn't speaking to you. I was speaking to Mr. Spinner over here. Mr. Spinner, you're one of the most beautiful little charmers I've ever seen. You know, you look like a little like Adlai Stevenson.
I've been told that quite often. My customers call me the portable Stevenson.
The portable Stevens?
I'm kind of sewed off.
Well, are you planning on any whistle stops or anything?
I didn't even make up my mind yet which way I am going to work.
Well, that's a very canny answer. What is your name?
Angel Maria Masco Costello.
Would you mind repeating that?
Angel Maria Masco Costello.
Well, let me know when you stop at Dallas. Angel, Mario... What's
Masco Costello.
Masco Costello. You got enough names there for a whole law firm. You know that? Well, don't you know that?
Oh, yes, I do.
You do. What does your husband call you?
Angel.
Oh, Angel, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you play at Wrigley Field? So he calls you Angel?
Oh.
Well, what's good enough for your husband is certainly good enough for me. Mr. Adlai, where are you from?
I'm from Győr, Hungary.
No, not very. I just had dinner. Now, cut out the nonsense. Where are you from?
Győr, that's halfway between Budapest and Vienna. It's a whistle stop on the Orient Express line.
A whistle stop on the Orient Express line, huh? And, Angel, what is your hometown?
Well, it's...
Are you sure you're married?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Sure. It's a Bevrage. It's a small town in the northern part of France, and it's situated 250 kilometers from Paris. 4 hours by train.
Mm-hmm. Would you mind telling us how old you are, Angel?
Yes, I'm 27 years old.
27 years old? Well, how old are you when you're in the service? Now, Mr. Spinner, let's get back to you for a while. Huh? You say you're from Hungary. Huh?
That's right.
What did you do in Hungary?
I studied law.
Oh, and are you practicing law now?
No.
Why not?
Well, when I came to this country, I found that there was no urgent need for Hungarian lawyers here.
Well, that's ridiculous. Suppose you were being sued by a Hungarian. I know every time I've been sued, it was by a Hungarian.
We don't sue each other, we fight it out.
Oh. Do you know how they make an omelet in Hungary? Do you know that?
Well, we don't call it omelet, we call it palacsinta.
Well, no matter what you call it, there's an old recipe, a Hungarian recipe.
How?
And where they say in Hungary, when you want to make an omelet, the directions go, it says, first you seal 2 eggs.
That's a true recipe.
Don't laugh on the point, you know, if you could laugh while I'm talking first. In Hungary, when you want to make an omelet, the recipe says, first you steal 2 eggs. I guess they heard it the first time. Well, you're an interesting couple, and I hope you win a reasonable amount of money here tonight. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $2,000 question. Right now, here's a beautiful young lady with news about another beauty, the 1953 DeSoto.
Hello, this is Wendy Barry. And right now I want you to get a pencil and mark down this date, November the 13th. You got it? Thursday, November the 13th. That's a wonderful day. That's the day the stunning new 1953 DeSoto goes on display at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. I've sneaked in and seen this new DeSoto, and really I think it's the most beautiful car ever built. No matter how you look at this new DeSoto, inside or out, it's perfectly beautiful. Outside it's longer, lower, and lovelier than you ever thought a car could be. And inside, well, it's as lovely as my favorite living room. They won't let me tell you any more about this beautiful new car, but you can see it for yourself. Just be sure and be at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers on Thursday, November the 13th, the day the distinguished new 1953 DeSoto goes on display for the very first time. Oh, I'm going to be on You Bet Your Life television sometime soon, along with this beautiful 1953 DeSoto. So watch for us, won't you?
All right, now let's see how you work together as a team. Fight on, Fenneman?
I'm here.
Explain the rules.
All right, you bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions. And the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $2,000 DeSoto Plymouth question later on in the show.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. Out of our list of 20 categories, you selected number 5, familiar Latin expressions. Well, here's your first question. How much will you bet?
1999.
1999.
Save a penny.
What is the Latin expression that means solid earth?
Terra firma.
Terra firma is right.
Well, you're on your way. You have $39.99.
I'll be going for $2,000 tonight. How much of this vast sum are you going to try this time?
Bet it all.
All?
Save a penny. Save a penny.
Save a
Rainy
penny.
days.
Okay. What is the Latin expression that means privately or secretly or in confidence?
Sub rosa.
Sub rosa is right.
You now have $79.97.
They have that much?
Yes.
Well, land sakes. Here's your third question. How much will you bet?
How much do we have?
You have $79.97.
$79.96.
79. Is that all right with you?
Yes, I guess so.
Mademoiselle?
Oui.
Oui, yeah. Well, we too. What is the Latin expression that means endless or without limit?
Infinite.
That's right. Ad infinitum, we call it.
You now have $159.93.
And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet?
Shoot the works.
Shoot the works?
Yeah.
What is the Latin expression that means one out of many? It is the motto of the United States.
E pluribus unum.
E pluribus unum is right.
And you wind up with a grand total of $319.86.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
We invited some businesswomen to the program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Miss Martha Gallagher. Her partner, also from our studio audience, is Mr. Alan Palmer. Folks, would you come in and meet Groucho Marx?
Well, welcome. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Alan Palmer and Martha Gallagher, eh? Where are you from, Martha?
I was born in Waco.
Waco? And may I ask how old you are, Martha?
25.
Are you married?
No.
Now you're talking. Alan Palmer. That's you. Are you married?
Yes.
Who cares, huh? Where are you from, Mr. Palmer?
Passaic, New Jersey.
Passaic, huh? I know it very well. That's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Trenton, isn't it?
No, it's about 60 miles.
Well, it was a hop, skip, and a jump for me. I hopped a train, skipped town, and jumped bail. Alan, did you come to California direct from Passaic?
No, I was in New York for about 30 years.
You stopped off in New York for 30 years? What's the matter? Couldn't you find your suitcase? Those train connections in New York can be pretty bad sometimes. You must have been on the Long Island Railroad, weren't you? What were you doing in New York?
Well, I was growing up, went to school, got married, and had 2 children.
What a novel way to spend time between 2 trains. Now, Martha, since you're not married, I presume you have some other visible means of support, huh?
Yes.
I see. What sort of work do you do?
I'm a geologist.
Please, no politics in this program. What's a geologist?
Well, a geologist is a sort of scientist who studies the mineralogy and the petrology and the structure and the paleontological evidences and the materials of the earth and interprets them.
Could you make it simple? You know, you're not talking to a 10-year-old out here.
Well,
What do you actually do?
we study the Earth's crust.
Oh, well, I've got plenty of that. Why do you study the Earth's crust, Daddy? Oh, Mama. Martha?
Well, to find out the mineralogy and the petrology and the structural.
Back to that again, eh? Let's skip the whole thing and we'll all go back to Passaic, shall we? Now, who do you work for, Martha?
I work for Bankline Oil Company.
Oh, I see. And what do you do for them?
Well, I study the geology and...
This whole thing is becoming strangely familiar to me. It all seems like a dream.
I draw up a picture to tell the company where to drill a well.
In other words, you make oil paintings, is that it? What sort of work do you do, Al?
Well, I'm a locksmith.
Oh, you mean you went to Yale?
No.
A locksmith, eh? How did you happen to get into the locksmith business?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to like to take things apart and try to put them back together again.
Have you ever picked locks?
Oh, yes.
I picked locks the other day. I was at a party and they were serving cheese sandwiches and lock sandwiches. And I picked locks because I don't like cheese sandwiches. And for those who don't know, locks is a fish that got red in the face from swimming up the Columbia River. What kind of jobs are you called upon to perform, Al?
Well, all types, emergency lockouts of homes, cars.
Has anything embarrassing ever happened to you, like locking yourself out of your own house?
No, but I was called to help a woman out of the bathroom that she locked herself in.
She locked herself in a tub?
No, in the bathroom.
Oh, I see.
And she kept yelling, when you get the door open, don't look, I haven't got any clothes on.
Well, very few people are dressed when they're in a bathtub. Hey, some of them wear a hat, that's all. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Al. Did you look?
No. Besides, she had a towel wrapped around her.
How do you know if you didn't look, Mr. Don't you think he's in a more interesting profession than you are, Martha?
I imagine he is.
Let's get Ivy again. As a geologist, tell me, what's the latest date?
That's a pretty old one.
Well, I agree with you, Martha, but when you're talking to a geologist, sometimes you're compelled to dig pretty deep. Now, tell me how you go about finding oil. How do you look for oil?
Well, you find a place that you think it ought to be in and get the company to lease the land or buy it, and then you drill a well.
Mm-hmm. After you find a likely spot, what happens?
Well, you drill the well, and then the geology department goes to work and studies the well and the findings from it and other companies' wells, and goes out and studies the rocks and the structure of them and so forth, and then we draw up a picture to tell the management why the oil wasn't there.
And the next thing, the stockholders get a letter. Well, you've both been real informative, and I wish you lots of luck in the quiz. All right, now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. Beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $2,000 question. Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected locations of colleges. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
Our first couple won $319.86, and the secret word is heart.
How much are you going to bet? You have $20.
20.
Want to go for 20?
Well, 1998.
1998.
1998. What college is at South Bend, Indiana?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is right.
Well, you're on your way. Good start. You have $39.98.
Did you go to Notre Dame, Martha?
No.
I thought so on account of Gallagher being the last name there. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. Now, how much of this $39.98 are you going to try?
$39.97.
Talk it up.
$39.97.
Okay. What college is at New Haven, Connecticut?
Yale.
Yale. Easy. Let's That's a fine question to ask the locksmith.
You now have $79.95.
And here's your third question. How much of that sum will you bet?
$79.94.
Okay, what college is at Evanston, Illinois?
It's the University of Illinois.
No, it isn't.
Evanston.
Evanston?
Time's up, kids. Take a stab if you don't know. Think of some college around there.
Illinois.
No, I'm sorry. It's Northwestern.
You now have 1 penny.
Go bet it all.
You're going to bet it all? All right, now you're going to bet a cent. What college is at Ithaca, New York?
It's Cornell.
Cornell is right.
And they wind up with 2 cents.
2 cents.
That's not enough.
That's what you don't put it. Keep your 2 cents out of this. All right, we're not going to let you leave here with 2 cents. We're going to give you enough money to bring this sum up to $25. So at least you'll each get 12 and a half. Now get this right, and you'll have $25 and no coaching, please. What kind of wood was the old oaken bucket? Oak is right. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Groucho, we have a young lady from the City Hall Information Bureau and a test pilot for you now. They were chosen just before we went on the air. Miss Evelyn Hayden and Mr. Bill Bridgman, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Evelyn Hayden. Now, let's see, a test pilot and the girl from the Information Bureau. Huh? Is that right?
Inflammation?
Oh, information. Oh,
Information.
Well, which one is from the Information Bureau?
I am.
Oh. That certainly was a quick answer. You're very well informed, Evelyn. You pronounce it Evelyn or Evelyn?
Any way that you say is all right with me.
It won't, you won't win any more money by those tactics. In that case, I'll call you Evelyn, huh? Where are you from, Ev? Gosh, we get familiar quickly up here.
I'm from Colorado.
Oh. It's amazing how much this girl knows. I just met her, and already she knows where she's from. Maybe I can stump her. Are you married? No help in the audience, please. You are married, huh? Mr. Bill Bridgman, eh? You're a test pilot?
Yes, that's right.
What is your hometown, Bill?
Tumwa, Iowa.
Are you married?
No.
Not married, huh? Fine-looking, rugged, youthful test pilot? Like you, not married? How come?
I was married once. That's how come.
Well, he's a test pilot, all right. You test anything. Who do you work for, Bill?
I work for Douglas.
Douglas who? Fairbanks?
Douglas Aircraft.
That's an odd name for a man, isn't it? Douglas Aircraft. It must have been named after that factory in Santa Monica. What does a test pilot do on his job?
Oh, it's 99% talk and about 1% action.
You sound like a political candidate. Who do you talk to, and what about?
Well, you spend quite a bit of time talking to the engineers, the aerodynamists, and the plant.
Mm-hmm. Is that fun?
Not a bit. No, I don't think so.
I guess they're pretty smart.
Very smart, yes.
Well, they must be smart. They stay on the ground and let you fly the plane. No schlemiels there. I think I'll get my feet on the ground. Ev, where is your Information Bureau?
City Hall lobby.
In the lobby? Well, that's the right place, Ruth. There's certainly plenty of lobbying going on at the City Hall. What kind of questions do you get down at this place, Mrs. Hayden?
Oh, we get questions on almost every subject.
Well, what, for example?
Well,
you mean if I asked you a question on any subject, you could give me an answer?
Well, probably I couldn't answer everyone, but if I couldn't, I could tell you the proper place to go.
Well, I expect to go there eventually. We're all going there. Let's not be too cocky about it, anyway. I bet you've all got plenty to answer for, too. How long have you been test piloting, Mr. Bridgman?
About 4 years.
Well, how did you get into this kind of soft racket?
Well, I came out of the Navy and flew for the airlines for a year and decided I'd like test flying better and went to work for Douglas.
Mm-hmm. What kind of planes do you test?
Usually research, high-speed research aircraft.
What's the fastest anyone has ever flown? Do you happen to know?
To date, it's 1,238 miles an hour.
1,238 miles an hour? The man must be off his nut to fly that fast. What's the fastest you've gone, Bill?
1,238 miles per hour.
Well, Bill, it's an honor to have you here, and I apologize, and you don't have to get married again if you don't want to. Now, let's consider this 1,238 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. At that speed, how long would it take you to fly across the country?
Well, I think it's been figured that if you left New York at 9 a.m. and traveled across the country, you would arrive at Los Angeles at 8:30 a.m. on the same day.
You know, I think his flaps are dragging. How can you land here a half hour before you take off in New York? Do you oil your wristwatch with Ceradan?
No, because of the 3-hour time difference and sidereal time against the sun, you can beat the time lag and make it a half an hour sooner.
You get here a half hour before you left?
Before you left, that's right.
I don't think I'd care for that. I could get my face slapped in Los Angeles even before I kissed a girl in New York. How does it feel to go that fast? Over 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh, I think you'll get a greater feeling of speed right here driving through traffic in Los Angeles.
You think men will be able to go faster than that?
I think the next year we'll find 2 or 3 planes going faster than that.
What do you think of flying saucers?
I'm not a believer myself. I haven't seen any. If one lands out here at Municipal, I'm convinced.
As I remember, Bill, you flew pretty high when you set that record. How high did you fly?
It was recorded at 79,400 feet.
That's about 16 miles, huh?
16 miles, that's right.
Some fellows will do anything to avoid getting married again. Well, Bill, it's been an honor talking to a courageous man like you, and we'll make it safe for the rest of the world to fly, and I wish you the best of luck in all your future flights.
Thank you.
And you too, Evelyn. All right, now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. Beat our other couples and get a chance at the $1,000 question. Can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
Our first couple still leads with $319.86.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build you $20. You selected words ending in AC as your category. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
19 and a half. 1950, 1975.
Okay.
1975.
All right. What is the word ending in AC, AC, that means a yearbook containing all sorts of facts and information? You can help him, you know, Evelyn. You're his partner.
Almanac.
Almanac is right.
And you're on your way. You have $39.75.
There, you came out of a steep dive that time, didn't you, for that? All right, you're going for $2,000 tonight. Now, how much of the $39.75 are you going to try?
About 39 and a half.
39.55.
39.50.
What is the word ending in act that means a mentally unbalanced person who is dangerous?
Maniac.
Maniac is right.
You now have $79.25.
Now you have $79.25 is your third question. How much are you going to bet?
79.
Okay.
79.
What is the word ending in act that means the signs that astrologers use?
Zodiac.
Zodiac is right.
You now have $158.25.
And this is your last chance to beat the other couples. What are you going to try for?
158.25.
What is the word ending in act that means a clear liquid used in wood finishing?
Shellac.
Shellac is right.
And you wind up with $316.50. And that means the French bride and her partner with $319.86 in just 1 minute. Get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question. Awful close.
And now here's a lovely lady you all know with news about the distinguished 1953 DeSoto.
Hi, this is Arlene Francis, and I want to make a date with you. A date for Thursday, November 13th. That's a really important day because that's the day the beautiful new 1953 DeSoto goes on display for the very first time at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. I have seen this 1953 DeSoto, and honestly, I think it's the most beautiful car ever built. This new 1953 DeSoto is lower, longer, lovelier, with a wonderful styling and beauty of design both inside and out. I know you'll want to be among the first to see this beautiful new 1953 DeSoto just as soon as it goes on display. Let's make that a date then, Thursday, November 13th at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers, the day the beautiful new 1953 DeSoto goes on display. Don't keep me waiting, will you? Oh, and I'm going to be on You Bet Your Life television sometime soon, along with the beautiful 1953 DeSoto. Watch for us, won't you?
Here's the French bride and her partner, Groucho, the winning couple, all ready for the $2,000 DeSoto Plymouth question.
Well, are you cutie, you? You go back to France if you win this money? La Belle France?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you take another flyer at Hungary?
No.
If you go back, don't tell them that joke that I told about the 2 eggs and the omelet, huh? I'm sorry I told it here. Here we go for $2,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully and please no help from the audience. Are you ready? I'm sure everyone has read the book of Genesis in the Bible. See how well you remember it. It tells, among other things, how Cain slew his brother Abel. For $2,000, tell me the name of the land to which Cain fled after the murder. Talk it over. All right, what's the answer you two have decided upon? Well, I'm sorry, it's the land of Nod. That's the correct answer. So that means the big question next week will be worth $2,500. Well, you lost the big money, but how much they win in the quiz?
$319.86.
Well, that's not too bad. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $2,500. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. 2 great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
Don't forget, folks, on Thursday, November 13th, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto will go on display for the very first time at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Make a date to see it, and when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you.
Folks, freedom is everybody's business. In America, it's your responsibility to preserve that freedom. And the best way you can do that is by your vote. It's important that you vote if you're going to get the kind of government you want. No matter how you vote this November 4th, be a good American. Get out and vote. You Bet Your Life. Transcribed from Hollywood is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
This is Bill Goodwin, speaking for Swan, the new white floating soap that's pure as fine Castile. Well, it's Tuesday night again, time for another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, with Felix Mills in the orchestra, and our guest tonight, Lawrence Tibbett. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, tomorrow is Election Day, and we find George in Stanley's cigar store making last-minute plans to win that coveted public office, second assistant substitute city councilman from the 3rd District.
Well, Stanley, these last 2 boxes of Perfecto Royale cigars may turn the trick. I'm passing them out to every man who has a vote.
Yes, Mr. Burns?
It was darn nice of you to give me a special rate because I bought so many of them.
Oh, that's all right. At 4 for a nickel, I still make a profit.
They're top-notch smoke. Have one, Mr. Perkins?
No, thanks. My doctor advised me to stay away from tobacco, but not that far away.
Okay, have your little joke.
Oh, hello, George. I thought I'd find you here.
Oh, hello, sweetheart.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns.
Hello, Stanley. You're not selling my husband more of those cigars, are you?
Don't blame me.
I'm getting these for the voters. You know, to pass out.
Well, they certainly will if they smoke those.
Darling, I don't believe you know Mr. Perkins. This is the real estate man, Mr. Grafton Brookhouse Perkins.
Oh, how do you do?
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Perkins? Well, gentlemen, wait till you hear the clever thing I just did. I put an ad in the newspaper calling George's opponent, Gordon Cates, a moron.
But you can't do that. He'll sue us.
Oh, I was too smart to mention his name. The ad says, do you want a moron for your councilman? Vote for George Burns.
Oh, fine. I'm ruined.
Oh, say, that political commentator's on the air right now. If you folks would like, I'll tune him in.
Oh, swell. Then we'll see what he thinks of the election tomorrow.
And all indications point to a clean sweep for Henry Garson in the 2nd District. Now, over in the 3rd District, where George Burns opposes Gordon Cates, it looks like a real fight.
Gee.
With everyone fighting to vote for Gordon Cates.
Oh.
And now, political notes from here and there. Last week, the state of Louisiana turned the governor's chair over to Jimmy Davis, whose successful campaign, you remember, featured the singing of Mr. Davis. Music in politics seems to be an important new trend.
Stanley,
and it
quick,
wouldn't
turn
surprise
that
me if...
What's wrong, Mrs. Burns?
George, you can croon your way into office just like that governor did.
You think so?
Well, of course, darling. Oh, here we've been knocking ourselves out, and all the time you've had the election right between your tonsils.
I'd love to call you Rose, dear, but roses fade away.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, oh, no? In Louisiana, that man singing got him the governor's chair, didn't it?
Yes, but...
Oh, why, George may even get to be governor. It wouldn't surprise me if his singing gets him the chair.
Well, come on home, Gracie. I've got a lot of practicing to do.
But wait a minute.
I'd love to call you Rose.
Oh, murder. I'm in for it now.
Why, Miss Perkins?
Well, I'm the agent for the house next door to Burns, and for months I haven't been able to rent it because of his singing.
Well,
he's been quiet lately, and just yesterday I managed to rent the house to Lawrence Tibbet.
Lawrence Tibbet?
Yes. Oh, George's singing will drive him crazy. Say, I better telephone him.
Oh, yes. Mr. Tibbet might get mad and throw George right out of the neighborhood.
Yes, he might. Never mind the telephone.
I'd love to call you Rose, dear, but roses fade away.
Louder, dear, louder. Those vocal cords haven't been used lately. They're a little dusty.
Roses die when wintertime appears. What was that?
Oh, our new next-door neighbor knocking on his window. He's the noisiest man. His little son runs away, and all day long he stands at the window yelling for him. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro! I don't know. They must be Spanish.
Yeah. I'd love to call you Daisy. But... What was that?
Oh, the man next door again. Flies must be bad over there. Closing all his windows.
Hope they don't come over here. I'd love to call you Daisy, but Daisy's always here.
George, what are you doing?
Vocalizing, Bill. I need something to loosen up my throat.
Well, here's a knife.
Bill, George is going to win the election tomorrow with his singing.
Oh, no. I don't get it.
Well, we'll get all the voters in the Hollywood Bowl tonight. George will sing for them, and tomorrow they'll vote for him.
Well, Gracie, even if that'd work, it's no good because Lawrence Tibbet is using Hollywood Bowl tonight.
Lawrence Tibbet? What office is he running for?
Well, he's not running for any office. He's giving a concert.
Hey, that's bad. All the music lovers will be there listening to Tibbet. I won't have anybody to sing to.
Well, there's only one thing to do. We'll find Lawrence Tibbet and ask him to turn his concert over to George.
Oh, Gracie, that's impossible.
Why, I'll bet if George walked out on that stage and started singing, the people couldn't tell him from Lawrence Tibbet.
They could, too.
They could not.
They could, too. Tibbet has a mustache.
Well, now I've heard everything.
And if I call you Buttercup...
Say, Gracie, why don't you tell the people if they vote for George, you'll help them get one of those wonderful full-color baby pictures you're sending out?
Oh, there are no political strings attached to getting those pictures, Bill. All the folks have to do is send me a dime to cover the cost of handling and mailing, and then I'll send them one.
Gee, it's a cute picture, Gracie.
Oh, yes, it shows a whole boatload of happy little red-cheeked babies sailing along, having the time of their lives. It makes you feel good just to see them.
Yeah, it's a big picture, too, 12 by 15 inches. Printed in full color on such heavy art paper, you don't even need a frame.
And there's no advertising on it, Bill.
That's right, Grace. And all the folks have to do to get one is to send a dime to Gracie Allen, Box 84, New York 8, New York. That's Gracie Allen, Box 84, New York 8, New York.
Now, please, everybody, send for your swan picture with all those cute babies in it. Now, before they're all gone. Send me your dime tonight. Don't miss this year's swan baby picture.
That address is Gracie Allen, Box 84, New York 8, New York. Well, Gracie thinks that George can get himself elected councilman if he can just sing in Hollywood Bowl tonight in place of Lawrence Tibbet. Gracie is trying to get in touch with Tibbet, not realizing that he is their new next-door neighbor.
Oh, let me see now. Where would I be if I were Lawrence Tibbet? Oh, I know, at Nelson Eddy's house.
You were Tibbet? You'd be at Nelson Eddy's?
Sure, throwing rocks through the windows.
Gracie, I'd give up this idea if I were you.
Oh, don't be silly. If I could just think where Lawrence Tibbet might be.
Figaro, 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 Figaro. Hey, Figaro!
Oh, he hasn't found that kid yet. Hey, keep quiet over there. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Where would Lawrence Tibbet be? Now he's lost his daughter.
Hey, wait a minute. That's a great voice. Did you hear that E-flat?
Oh, that's nothing. George's E's are much flatter. Oh, let's see now. Oh, maybe if I call the Hollywood Bowl, I could find Mr. Tibbet.
Mimi, Mama, 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 Mama.
Well, now even his mother's run out of him.
Listen, I don't know who that guy is, but he's got a wonderful voice.
Oh, Bill, it's only good if you don't hear George sing.
Can I tell you something, Gracie? It's only great if you don't hear George sing.
Oh, Bill, I'm glad you agree.
Oh, sweet mystery of life, at last I've found you.
Show him up, George.
I'd love to call you Rose, dear. I'd love to call you Rose, dear. I'd love to call you Rose, dear. Oh, not.
That did it, George. Old leather lungs gave up. Well, I better go out and look for Lawrence Tibbet. Bill, what does Mr. Tibbet look like?
Lawrence Tibbet? Well, he's a big, handsome, barrel-chested baritone.
Oh, George is type. George is type, huh?
George isn't that type, Gracie.
He is, too, on a smaller scale, of course. He may not have a barrel chest, but he's got a cute little keg tummy.
Well, I'll see you folks later. Bye.
Oh, Bill, on your way out, will you see who's at the door?
Oh, sure, Gracie.
I want to talk to you.
Why, Lawrence Tibbet.
Now, look here, my good man. I don't want to be a fussy neighbor, but you've got to stop beating that dog over here.
Dog?
Yes, his howling is driving me crazy.
Oh, you must mean Mr. Burns singing.
Now, don't tell me those sounds came from a human throat.
Well, yes, you see... hey, wait a minute. Are you living in the house next door?
Yeah, if you can call it living.
Oh, this is rich. Gracie doesn't know that you're Lawrence Tibbet. Wait till she finds out.
Well, who was it, Bill? Oh, it's the little one.
Yes, Gracie, the man next door. He's mad about George's voice.
Oh, he is?
Very mad. I'll see you later.
Did you want to see my husband?
Yeah, definitely. You see, I'm trying to get in shape to give a concert.
Oh, I'm sorry. My husband wouldn't have time to give you lessons.
Lessons?
Yes, he's too busy. You see, he's taking Lawrence Tibbet's place in the Hollywood Bowl tonight.
Well. This is very interesting. Tell me more.
Oh, are you a fan of Mr. Tibbet?
Yes. I have been for years.
Oh, you know him?
Intimately. In fact, I shave Mr. Tibbet every morning.
Oh, you're a barber. And you want to give up barbering and start singing, huh? Well, let's hear your voice.
My voice?
Yes, sing something.
On the road to Mandalay. Well?
Well, I hope you didn't sell your shop.
I beg your pardon.
Let's hear you hit an A.
A.
Now hit a C.
C.
Now hit a J.
A J?
Oh, too high, huh?
Say, Gracie, I thought I heard you. Oh, it's old Leatherlung.
Oh, yes, George. He wants you to give him singing lessons.
No, really.
Well, I haven't got a lot of time, son. But at least I can check up on your voice and see if you got anything.
No,
don't be nervous. Just open your mouth wide and let me hear you sing. Or she could carry a gun good as any mother's son. Let me hear you sing. Or she could carry a gun good as any mother's son.
Or she could carry a gun.
No. Or she could carry a gun good as any mother's son.
Or she could carry a gun.
No. Four. No. Or she could carry a gun good as any mother's son.
Or she could carry...
No.
Well, George, I think that's enough for the first lesson.
Well, okay, you can relax, son. A few sessions like that, and you'll be able to get those pear-shaped tones just like I do.
Yes. And after tonight's concert, they'll probably put George's vocal cords in the cement at Grauman's Chinese. Don't you think so?
Yeah, they'll probably sound better there.
Well, see here, Mr. What's your name?
Tibbet. Lawrence Tibbet.
Now, see here, Mr. Tibbet, if the... Huh? You're Lawrence Tibbet?
That's right.
Gracie.
Well, we certainly fooled you, didn't we, Mr. Tibbet? You thought we didn't know who you were. You see, I like my little joke.
Yeah, obviously. You married him.
Huh?
Well, now, if you don't mind, I'm going home now and rehearse for my concert tonight.
Oh, rehearse here, Mr. Tibbet. We want to talk to you about your concert anyway.
No, I don't think I'd better.
Oh, but we'd love to hear you sing.
No, thanks.
Oh, well, then, you sit down and George will sing for you.
Oh, I'll sing.
Oh, George, isn't this thrilling? Grand opera right in our own living room.
No, this won't be opera, though. It's a favorite of mine from musical comedy. Cole Porter's Night and Day. You and a day. You are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Night and day, under the hide of me. There's such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you. Day and night, night and day.
Wonderful. I'm sorry I said you weren't as good a singer as my husband.
Oh, that's all right.
I take it back. You are as good.
Yeah? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I think.
Yes, sir, that's a nice little voice you've got there, Larry. In fact, you got me worried. I'm going in and vocalize a little. Oh!
Mr. Tibbet, my husband can get elected councilman tomorrow if you just let him take over your concert tonight.
Oh, I'm afraid that's impossible. The people expect to hear me sing things like Carmen.
Well, George can do that. Which Carmen do you sing, like Lombardo or Miranda?
Oh, just forget it, Mrs. Burns.
Well, I guess George will just have to get the voters over here and sing for them this afternoon.
Oh no, please, not that. I have to concentrate, and that house next door is the only vacancy in Los Angeles.
Well, it can't be helped, Mr. Tibbet.
Now, look, if I give your husband a part in my concert tonight, will you promise to keep him quiet this afternoon?
Oh, gladly.
All right. Now, have him backstage at the bowl at 7:45. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye and thank you, Mr. Tibbet. And don't worry about George's voice. He's a regular nightingale.
You think so?
Oh, yes. When he sings in Hollywood Bowl tonight, you really hear the birds.
I'm afraid so.
Well, here I am, Larry, all ready to sing.
Will George have much to sing, Mr. Tibbet?
Oh, yes, he sings every other number.
Gee.
Now, here's the program.
First, you sing the aria, O tu che in seno agli angeli, from La Forza del Destino by Giuseppe Verdi.
That's my first number.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm afraid I don't know that one.
Well, I'll sing that one for you. Oh. Now your next number is a stirring thing. Viva il vino spumeggiante from Cavalleria Rusticana by Pietro Mascagni.
That's my second number.
Yes. And this, of course, you do very fortissimo. Viva voce, eccetera, eccetera, eccetera.
Oh, well, that's the only way George would do it.
I'm afraid I don't know that one either.
Then I'll sing that one for you, too. Now comes our duet.
Oh, now we do something together.
Yes, we'll do two numbers. Sei il mio nome and Ecco ridenti in cielo from Il Barbiere di Seviglia by Gioacchino Antonio Rossini.
You don't happen to know Strut Miss Lizzie. Or Ta-Ta Tootsie Goodbye?
No.
Strutter's Ball?
No.
Well, Mr. Tibbet, if the whole program is going to be those classical songs, George won't get to sing at all.
Too bad, but I tried. I went through the program, but I just couldn't work anything out.
Well, I thought you worked George out very well.
Well, Larry, while you're out there singing, couldn't you just ask the folks to vote for me?
My dear fellow, George Burns, running for councilman, could hardly fit with Carmen and Faust and Rigoletto.
Oh, I guess it couldn't. Or could it?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing. It was just an idea. You go on the stage, Mr. Tibbet, and I'll bring your music out to you.
But why you?
Well, I'd like to look it over so I'll know what to say when I introduce your numbers.
But I thought the narrator was Bill Goodwin.
Well, I'm taking his place.
Oh, I see. Well, hurry now. The concert begins in just a few minutes.
Yes. Good evening, music lovers. Welcome to Hollywood Bowl. It is my pleasure to present Mr. Lawrence Tibbet, who will sing the famous Toreador song from the opera Carmen. Oh, you'd better read off this music, Mr. Tibbet. It's a special arrangement. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lawrence Tibbet.
George Burns, that's who we're for. He's the man for second assistant, substitute city councilman from the... Hey, wait a minute. Stop that music. Stop it. Mrs. Burns, I can't sing this.
Oh, what's the matter? Wrong key?
Mr. Tibbet, I'm sorry I let Gracie narrate for me and cause all this confusion. Here's another arrangement. Sing this one.
Well, this doesn't have anything about George Burns in it, does it?
Oh, no, sir, not a word.
All right. Let's take it again, Mr. Mills. Toreador, wash with swan soap, that's what it's for. Hey, wait a minute. Stop. All right.
Mr. Tibbet, what's the matter?
Well, what is this swan soap?
Well, Mr. Tibbet, that's the new white floating soap that's 4 soaps in 1. The soap for your hands and face, bathing the baby, or for dishes and light laundry. 4 swell soaps in 1, a great wartime buy.
But the Hollywood Bowl's no place for swan soap.
Oh, swan's great in a bowl. Or a pan, and it's especially wonderful in a tub if you're bathing a baby. You see, swan's pure as fine Castiles, and swan is so mild and gentle it's just perfect for a baby's tender skin. And naturally, if it's a soap for baby, well, Swan must be just right for your hands and face, your tub or shower.
Mr. Mills, you play that selection from Rigoletto, and this time I'll sing from memory, and no more special arrangements.
Swan breaks into... Put half in the bathroom for your hands and face and half in the kitchen for dishes and light laundry.
Stop that music! Stop that music! Stop that music! Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a slight delay in the quartet from Rigoletto while I take care of the trio from the 3rd District.
George, are you asleep?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got you into such a mess tonight.
Fine thing. I'll never be elected now. Getting thrown out of Hollywood Bowl in front of 50,000 people.
I'm sorry.
Wind up tomorrow with 2 votes. That's all I'll get. Your vote and my vote.
Just your vote, dear. I'm voting for Gordon Case.
What?
Well, as long as you haven't got a chance anyway, and he has got a lot of sex appeal.
Good night, dear. Good night.
Folks, I just want to tell you this. Gracie was really on the level about that baby picture we spoke of. If you want to get a swell full-color picture of a lot of babies just as happy and full of fun as can be, here's your chance. This picture is by a famous artist, and it's printed on very heavy art paper. You can frame it or tack it up just the way it is. Perfect size, too, 12 by 15 inches. To get your picture, just send a dime to cover the cost of mailing and handling to Gracie Allen, Box 84, New York City 8. That's Gracie Allen, Box 84, New York 8. Better do it now before you forget. Here they are again, George and Gracie.
We're a little late, folks. Good night.
Makers of Swan, the new white floating soap, join George and Gracie in inviting you to tune in to your Columbia station next Tuesday, same time, when we'll have as our guest George E. Jester. Remember the same time every Monday and Wednesday when you'll hear 2 other great programs, Lux Radio Theater and Frank Sinatra. Both the same time in the evening and over the same station as Swan Soap's George Burns and Gracie Allen. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at this time. Remember, George Burns and Gracie Allen, CBS next Tuesday night. Till next Tuesday, this is Bill Goodwin saying, well, I, Swan, how about you? When a soldier goes into battle, he needs ammunition. When a soldier's wounded in battle, he needs medicine. You can help provide both by saving used kitchen packs. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorite, Amos and Andy. Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. Well, today the Kingfish had a hard day at the pool hall, and as he returns home, he finds his wife, Sapphire, all excited. He's just received a letter from her sister in Georgia. Oh, hello there, Sapphire.
Oh, come in, George. I got some wonderful news from back home in Georgia. Yeah, my younger sister, Amos, is going to get married.
Oh, so your mama finally unloaded the last one, huh?
What do you mean, George? Mama never had no trouble getting us girls married. Why, back home, we was the belles of the town.
Yeah, I remember that, honey. And when you got married, they called it the miracle of the bells, yeah.
Well, anyway, George, I ain't going to miss my sister's wedding. Me and you is going down to Georgia for 2 weeks. It'll be a wonderful vacation for us.
What you mean? I can't take no vacation. I got to stay here for business reasons.
Business reasons?
Yeah, who's going to pick up my unemployment check? They don't bill them things to you, you know. You got to go after them.
Look, George, me and you is going to Georgia for my sister's wedding. The round-trip tickets is about $100, and it's up to the provider of this family to raise the money.
Well, it's all right with me, honey, but do you think you can get a job on such short notice?
George, this is your responsibility. The wedding is 1 week from today. We is going, and you has got to get that $100 for the railroad tickets, and I mean it.
That old gal is getting more unreasonable by the minute. Next thing I know, she's going to ask me to start supporting her. So that's the story, Henry. Sapphire just laid down the law to me about getting $100 to take this trip to Georgia.
Well, a trip south at this special time would be delightful because the weather here has simply been abdominal.
Seems like my wife was always making trouble for me one way or the other.
Well, it's just like I've always said, Kingfish. Marriage would be a wonderful institution if a woman wasn't mixed up in the thing.
Me go to Georgia to see Sapphire's sister get married.
Yes, I don't blame you. My wife dragged me to a big society wedding last week. The social Mrs. Angela Smythe of New York and Miami Beach got herself hitched up to Mr. Pat Wilson of the Department of Sanitation.
Oh, it did, huh?
Yes, after the wedding, we all went up to the bride's home for a very formal receptacle.
Tell me this, did they have a nice wedding?
Yes, but they ran into a little difficulty. Due to the recent snows here in New York, there was no roses in bloom at the time of the ceremony. And you know, with these society functions, it's customary for the flower girls to scatter rose petals down the aisle at the very head of the nuptial procession.
Oh, yeah. Well, without roses, what did you do?
Well, they got the effect of the rose petals by painting some potato chips red.
And the flower gal scattered the potato chips ahead of the procession, huh?
Yes, it was quite a thing to hear the bride and groom come crunching down the aisle.
Them potato chips must have made quite a mess.
It was messy, but the groom picked up the debris the following day when he made his rounds on the sanitation truck.
Well, I'm still going to have a tough time raising $100 between now and next Tuesday. I wonder if I could inveigle $100 over to Andy.
It would have to be a very clever wiggle. Because Andy told me that he was going to take the money he's got and buy himself an automobile.
Oh, the boy going to get himself a new car, huh?
Yes, and the only thing that's holding it up is that the dealer can't promise him delivery for 4 or 5 months.
Oh, yeah, that new car situation's still tough, all right.
It sure is. I heard that the only cars that you can get quick delivery on is the foreign make.
You say that you hear that the quick deliveries is the foreign make car?
That's right. And it wouldn't surprise me to see Andy buy one of those, neither.
Well, now, foreign make cars, wait a minute, Henry. I just got a flicker of light.
A flicker of light?
If I pays my cars right, I might be able to flick Andy out of $100 and light right in Georgia. Well, I got this picture of this foreign car that I cut out of Old Life magazine. Yeah, that's a foreign car, right? Now, if I can just convince Andy... Oh, here he comes down the hall. Let me get on the telephone.
Hello there, Kingfish.
Excuse me a minute, Andy. I was just making a transatlantic telephone call.
Why are you calling transatlantic?
Oh, why? Because I was the agent for the new French foreign automobile. And I want to talk to the manufacturer. Wait a minute. Hello, operator? Is this the French operator? Give me a quick Suzette 4937.
Foreign make car, huh? Do this company know how to make them?
Do they know how to make them? Why, this man that I was calling in France is one of the greatest automobile men in the world. Wait a minute. Hello, France. Let me talk to Madman Pierre.
I think I hear him somewhere.
Hello? Hello, Madman. This is George Stevens, New York office. Oui. Bonus notches to you, too. Well, I just received a picture of your new car. Congratulations. Proceed. Beaucoup coupé. Ooh la la. Well, remember me to the little mad woman. Say hello to Miss Eiffel Tower. Okay, man. Bon voyage.
Say, Kingfish, where'd you meet a big Frenchman like that?
Oh, I knowed him for years, Andy, during the First World War, where he and him was Mademoiselle together in the French Foreign Legion. You see, Andy, I knew him ever since then. Now, right this minute, I is the American distributor for the new French automobile. You are now standing in the showroom of the Paris Motor Company Harlem brand.
No fooling. What is the name of the the car you saw?
The name of the car, it's known in the trade as the Quick Delivery Mercedes-Benz $100 deposit straight 8. That's what they call it.
You know, there's a funny thing. I've been trying to get a car myself. What did the car look like?
Well, now, I just happen to have a picture of it that was sent by wire from Paris just yesterday. Where is that? Oh, here it is, right here. There it is. Now, look that over.
Yeah. Hey, Kingfish, that's a good-looking automobile, all right.
No, that's pretty. Look at them lines there.
Hey, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. They done stuck the steering wheel on the wrong side of the car.
Oh, no. That's why they call it a Mercedes-Benz. Before they send it over here, they bend the steering wheel over that side. You see what I mean?
Well, I like American cars, though.
Well, now, don't forget, Andy, foreign cars is more economical to run.
Yes, why is that?
Because, Andy, over there, they all runs on kilometers.
Huh? Well, does them kilometers wear out as quick as tires?
Oh, no, Andy. Kilometers is distance. Over there, we measure distance in miles. Kilometers is shorter than miles. So there you is. When you drive in France, you ain't got so far to go. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that do cut down the distance. Look here, Kingfish. If I ordered one of them French cars, when could I get it?
Well, now, let me do a little thinking here. We placed this order today by radar. The thing has got to be custom made. Then they got to crate it up, ship the car from France to the United States. Let me see, 4,000 miles, 2,000 miles. Goes into customs. How about Thursday of this week?
Tell me this. How can they make cars faster there than we can here in America?
Because they were smart and they done solved the steel problem.
Well, how'd they do that?
They got steel from us.
Well, how much did this French car sell for?
Well, now, you give me a $100 deposit and a grand total's up to $1,600 FOB. That means francs on the barrelhead.
Well, now, wait a minute. I ain't letting you have no money till I seize the car. And, boy, that is different.
Oh, now, listen, Andy. You be in the car driving up Lenox Avenue, all them gals who are 21 years old sitting over there on the street, they're looking at you. You got a new car. They got the new look. And you sort of glance over at them and smile at some pretty gal and say, "Get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, many a more. I hear the horn a-blowing. I hear it near at hand. I hear the car wheels rumbling and rolling through the land. Now get on board. Just get on board. Now get on board. Let's do it. Let's go for William. Get on board. Let's go for William more. I hear the car in her head. She's coming round the curve. I hear the wheels rumbling. She's paying every nerve. She's paying every nerve. Get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. There's room for William more. Get on board. Just get on board. Now get on board, little children. Let's go for William more. Rolling and rocking with our engine just a rocking, just a smoking and a chugging down that long, long road. Yeah. We're rolling and rocking with our engine just a rocking, and we're happy 'cause we're lightening our heavy load. Nothing worries me. I'm happy as I can be. Me and 2 or 3 in my Model T. Get aboard, little children. Get aboard, little children. Get aboard, little children. There's room for many a more. Get on board. Just get on board. Don't get on board. Oh, little children. There's room for many a
Well, no more holidays for a while, and I think the ladies are glad of that. Give them a chance to catch up on all the cleaning and darning. Yes, you'll have a bit to do in the next few weeks, but I hope you'll have time for a practical experiment. Now, I've been telling you that new Rinso, containing the wonderful sunlight ingredient solium, will wash your white clothes whiter than brand new and make your washable colors look brighter than brand new. Well, new Rinso will do just that, but there's no proof like the proof you can see for yourself. So I want you to find out firsthand about Rinso's astounding results.
Get a package of new Rinso with Solium before next wash day. Start using new Rinso right away. See it get your table linens, your sheets, actually whiter than brand new. See new Rinso make your washable colors look brighter than brand new. See the proof of my word in your own wash day results. Change to new Rinso with Solium. Will you do that?
Well, I'll go in Shorty's barber shop here and see if he knows where I can get a new car. Hello there, Shorty.
Well, I'll be doggone it. What's cooking you there? Hi, Chick-fil.
Shorty, maybe you can help me here. I've got to get a foreign car in a hurry.
Oh, they is classy looking all right. I had a roadster once, and I wanted to make it look like a foreign car, so I had the steering wheel put over on the right-hand side.
Move the steering wheel, huh?
Oh, but when I come down the street, everybody looked at me because I was driving at a slant.
Why was you driving at a slant?
Because the brake and the clutch was still over on the left.
No, Miss Shorty, I'm going to tell you the whole situation. I need $100 for me and my wife to get a railroad ticket to Georgia. And I can get the $100 from Andy if I can just show him a foreign car.
Hey, wait a minute, Jim Freak. I got it. A friend of mine has got a car that he let you have. He built it himself. It could pass for a foreign car, too. It's in great shape except for one little thing.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you see, the car, it ain't got you got no motor.
No motor?
You see, after the fella built it, he couldn't find a motor for it. And right now it's sitting in his garage. He'll give it to you if you just tow it away.
Yeah, I tell you what I'll do. I'll get that and I'll put it over to Lloyd's Hall and I'll find something with a French name on it and put it on the front of the radiator.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, Kingfish, I gotta leave now.
Where you going, Shorty?
I gotta go over to the hospital and see a fella. His face is all slashed and cut up.
How'd his face get all slashed and cut up?
Well, he was hit by he fell down a big truck skidded in. He was walking, the thing busted, I shaved him.
Come on into the office, Andy. I got some great news for you.
Yeah, what is the news from France?
What a lucky fellow you is. Yeah, I just talked to Madman Pierre again, and he told me that he was going to let you have a 1949 model, and it arrived this morning.
Oh, that's great. Where is it?
Oh, in the showroom, right up here in the lodge hall. Come on, follow me here.
Oh, boy, I was crazy to see this new car.
Yeah, right through this door here, Andy. Now, right over there. There she sits, Andy, between them two ferns. Pretty, ain't it? The principle is years ahead of us on design, ain't there? Notice the underslung body?
Yeah. I wonder who slung that together.
And look at that paint job there. Wonderful paint job. That pink enamel finish. Take right on there.
Looks a little overdone in spots to me. Look, this is a genuine French car.
Oh, certainly it's genuine. Come up here and look at the nameplate on the front of it there.
Yeah.
The nameplate is made out of paper to cut down the wind resistance. Here it is. See, you say here, made in France. And the name of the car is Sparkling Burgundy. Oh, wonderful.
Hey, wait a minute. Look here. It's a vintage of 1934. What does that vintage mean?
French word means convertible. Oh, it's wonderful.
And the 1934, is this a 1934 model?
Oh, don't be silly, Andy.
Well, what does the 1934 stand for?
Horsepower.
Oh, now, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. How can they get 1,934 horsepower in that little car?
They use smaller horses, that's all. Now, step right over here and look at the inside of it. Look through the window there. Look at that upholstery. Genuine leather red oilcloth. Oh, you slide in and out there, blue serge suit go right through there a mile a minute.
You know, it's kind of hard to get used to this foreign stuff. Let me see the motor, K-Big.
You want to see the motor, huh?
Yeah.
Well, now that's what it's going to stand to, Andy. Andy, the motor is sealed under the hood to keep it dust-free. Sealed in oil, another one of them things, yeah? And knowing that you would be just the one that would want to start tampering with the motor, I done had a padlock welded on there so you can't get in there and get in trouble, and I done throw the keys away. Kingfish, how did you get to the motor case something go wrong?
Through the exhaust pipe. That's it.
That is a little unhandy, ain't it? Look here, suppose something go wrong with that motor. Now, how can I get it fixed?
Very simple, ain't it? All you got to do is to find a mechanic with a long, thin arm. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, well, maybe I ought to take it.
Oh, yeah, you ought to take it and take it right away.
Okay, here you is, Kingfish. Here's the $100 down payment. I'll buy it.
Right, the deal is closed.
Now, I'm going to take it out for a little spin right now.
I hate to tell you this, Andy, but you're going to have to hold off a little on your spinning. You see, being a French car, this car don't run on gasoline. It runs on petrol. And there ain't a drop of petrol in this country at the moment.
Well, why couldn't I use gas instead?
Now I'm going to explain that to you, too, Andy. You see, the American gasoline has got a thing in it called octane. Now, these foreign cars has got a narrow gas line, and the octane just won't go through it. That's the whole trouble.
Clog it up, huh?
Yeah, clog it right up every time. But I settle the shipment of petrol, and naturally you'll be the first one onto this there.
When is that coming in?
Well, now, I'll even for Georgia with my wife for a couple of weeks, and the petrol ought to get here just by the time I get back.
Well, I guess I got to wait till then.
Well, I got to run along now, and adios, postmates, and all that stuff. See you later.
So long, King. Let me take a good look at my car here. Maybe I'll open the door and get in there and sit down. Well, that door ain't going to open. I guess when Pierre tried to get in one of these cars, that's when he started calling himself Madman.
Well, hello there, Andy. What you doing here?
Come over here, Amos. I want you to see my new car.
This is yours, huh?
Sure is.
You must be going into soapbox derby.
Wait a minute. This is the latest French automobile. The mechanic with a long arm is sealed under the hood. It's got a leatherette motor with small horses in it, too.
I just see the Kingfish leave here. Did he sell you that thing?
Well, I give him $100 down payment. He's going to get me some petrol, too.
Tell me this. Who stuck that label on the front of it from a bottle of sparkling burgundy?
I think the Madman done it.
This car ain't no good, Andy. Look at that. That Kingfish has done stuck you again. Look at that. You ain't even got no windshield. All you got is the frame there.
I thought that glass was awful clean.
You better get your money back, son.
Yeah, just wait till I get my hands on that Kingfish. And if I ever get to France where they make these cars, there are going to be two madmen over there.
You know, I think in most cases, success is a slow, hard process. But every once in a while, something comes into view that's special, unmistakably superior. And then you get a quick success. Now, that's what happened with New Rinso, the only soap in the world that contains solium, the marvelous sunlight ingredient. New Rinso washes white clothes whiter than brand new, makes washable colors look brighter than brand new. No other soap in the world can produce these results. Of course, I'll admit that New Rinso sounds almost too good to be true. But you can't ignore the proof when it's right before your eyes. And thousands of women have seen the proof on their own clothesline. Lots of them have written in to tell me they've learned from experience that New Rinso does wash their white clothes whiter than brand new. Makes the washable colors look brighter than brand new. Well, thanks for your letters, and thanks for telling your friends about New Rinso, too. And say, if you're one of the ladies who hasn't tried New Rinso, get some right away. It's safe for clothes, kind to hands. New Rinso with solium.
Well, I sure put one over on Andy with that foreign car business. Now I better lock up my office here and lay low till tomorrow when I get on the train for Georgia. Then I'll be safe. Hello, Andy. I just leaving.
Well, you ain't leaving. Back up. I said back up.
Yeah, well, I'm backing. You don't have to be so rough about it.
I want to have a showdown with you about that automobile you showed me.
Oh, by the way, I just had a nice talk with Madman Pierre again. The petrol is on its way over here.
Kingfish, I'm going to punch you right in the nose. You took my $100 just so you and your wife could take a trip to Georgia. I want my money back, or I'm going to beat you like you ain't never been beat before.
Strike me if you must. Remember, I, as an official, a French automobile dealer which comes under the jurisdictionary of the French government. And if you strike me, it will be the Pearl Harbor of 1948.
Wait a minute. What's Pearl Harbor got to do with me busting you in the face?
Andy, you was forgetting that I was a French car dealer, and in that capacity, I ain't no longer George Stevens the Kingfish. I is a symbol of France.
All right, Simple, put up your dukes.
Oh, wait a minute. Remember, my innocent friend, hitting me is just like slugging Joan of Arc. Oh, you know it, 50 million Frenchmen go swarm all over you.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Go ahead, be ignorant. Even though us Frenchmen give you the Statue of Liberty you got in your harbor here. You know what that means, that America and France will be at war if you hit me, and Andy Brown will go down in history as a warmonger.
Wait a minute now, Kingfish. Just hold everything here, will you? Don't try to tell me that a measly $100 is going to start a war.
Well, they're starting for less than that. Look at history. How do you think the War of 1812 started? Over $18.12.
I know.
Oh, look at history again. The Franco-American War started over a can of spaghetti. Oh, I'm telling you.
Well, listen here. How can I get my money back without starting a war?
Well, it's unfair to me, but the only thing to do is arbitrate.
What is that?
Well, you got to find a third person that's disinterred. And, he holds court and decides who is right.
Well, that suits me, because anybody will know that I is right.
All right, I'll tell you what, we'll pick out our lawyer, Stonewall. I'll meet you at Stonewall. You be over there in 30 minutes, and we'll let him be the judge of arbitration.
Okay, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
All right. Now, Stonewall, Andy gonna be here in your office any minute. Now, I done give you all the facts of the deal so you can arbitrate the thing honestly.
Son, I can't say. From what you done told me, I'm afraid that your case will hold water.
Well, a $5 bill plug up the leak?
Oh, not only plug it up, it'll waterproof it at the same time.
Yeah. Now, here's the fire.
Now, thank you. I just put this in my pocket.
Yeah.
Come in, Andy.
Well, hello, Stonewall.
Well, I just second walked in myself, Andy. I ain't had time to say hello to Stonewall. Hello, Stonewall.
It's an Mr. Kingfish. Hi, Kingfish.
How you do? Glad to see you. Stonewall, we want you to arbitrate a case between me and Andy.
Let me get behind my arbitration desk.
Yeah, get up there. Sit up there high so you do this.
Okay, now, the court of arbitration is now in session. Hereafter, in the legal terms of the arbitrator, we shall refer to the Kingfish as the arbit, and to you, Andy, as the traitor.
Just call him Benedict Arnold. Go ahead.
Now, before we begin, I want you to understand that this court is going to be absolutely fair, strictly impartial, and completely unbiased. Now, Kingfish, you talk first, because you're going to give the true side of the case.
Thank you. Well, Your Honor, Andy here ordered a foreign car from me, and I had the thing shipped all the way from France.
Yeah. Keep talking, Kingfish.
Well, Your Honor, then when I delivered the car to him in good condition, he gave me a measly $100 down payment, and now he wants his money back and wants back out the deal.
Yeah. Keep talking.
Stonewall, here's my side of the case.
Quiet, Blabbermouth.
Wait a minute, Stonewall. Don't you want to hear my story?
Well, I tell you, Andy, you see, in my career as an arbitrator, I have found that it's too confusing to listen to more than one side.
I don't like the way things are going.
Oh, you can't argue with the scale of justice.
Well, I don't care about that. I'm going to win this case even if I got to pay a lawyer $10 to do it.
$10? There'll be a slight recess while I rebalance the scale of justice.
Wait a minute. I'll pay you $15 to a good lawyer, if you know what I mean.
15? Can I hear 20?
Oh, wait a minute. Look, Stonewall, let's quit this stuff here and get back to deciding the case fair and honest like you agreed to do for me.
Well, after taking all the evidence presented and weighing it on the scale of justice, it looked to me like the scale is tipping in favor of the Kingfish.
There you is, Andy. There's nothing left for you to do but to wait for the petrol to come from France and keep your big mouth shut and go on about your business.
Stonewall, all, you mean to say that the scale say that the Kingfish done won?
My final verdict is that the Kingfish ain't got to give you back the $100 that he cheated you out of.
Well, Sapphire, honey, I've been down to the office all day. It's taken out of my business affairs. I is now ready to get on a train for Georgia. Is you all packed?
Oh, yes, George. But I decided on a much cheaper way of going to Georgia.
Oh, that's great. We can save money. How's it going?
We're going by motor. I bought a car this afternoon, but we can't leave for a few days until a pretzel gets here from France.
A new year always makes me feel as if there's some big, wonderful surprises ahead.
Yeah, we sure had some good surprises last year. For one thing, new Rinso came on the market, and that's mighty good. Ain't it, Mr. Lake?
Yes, indeed. New Rinso with Solium is the only soap in the world that washes white clothes whiter than brand new. Makes washable colors look brighter than brand new. No other soap can produce these results. Get New Rinso with Solium.
Good night, folks.
See you next Tuesday.
The Armed Forces Radio Service presents My Friend Irma, starring Marie Wilson as Irma, Joan Banks as Jane, and Hans Conried as the lovable Professor Kropotkin.
Friendship, friendship, just perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
Oh, Jane. Oh, sweetie. What kept you so long? Well, I went 6 stops past our station. Why? Well, every time I went to get off, some nice gentleman got up and offered me a seat, and I just couldn't turn him down. Oh, Jane, I have wonderful news. Really? I've decided to better myself. Oh, wonderful. You're going to give up Al? Oh, no, Jane. I've made up my mind to have culture and social position. So I took my last $30 out of the bank and enrolled in the school for piano lessons. Piano lessons? Mm-hmm. Irma, look in the corner. Huh? Oh, it's not there. No. Oh, well, you probably mislaid it someplace. Yes, I swept it under the rug while I was cleaning. Look, sweetie, I'm trying to get this situation clear. I sent the piano back to cut down expenses, and you have to pick this time to take piano lessons. Irma, I can't understand how you could do a thing like that. You never touched that piano. Well, it got me all confused. It has 3 pedals on the bottom, and I only have 2 legs. Irma, let's not waste any more time. The piano is gone, and you need your money. So go back to the music school and tell them you've changed your mind. Oh, Jane, they won't give the money back. You can see what it says right here in this circular. Let me see. Look. The Beethoven School of Music. Sam Beethoven, president. Oh, they have a real nice slogan, haven't they, Jane? Well, let me read it. If you have music in your heart and bones, who knows, you may be another Spike Jones. Oh, no. And look at this. Hours from 9 to 6, payments in advance, and positively no refund. I discussed that part about refunds with Mr. Beethoven, and he said the purpose of music is to make people happy, and that if he had to give back the money, it would make him very sad. But, honey, what are you going to do? You're stuck with the lessons and you have no piano. What are you going to practice on? Oh, could use a typewriter and hum. Oh, sweetie, be sensible. Come in.
Only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Janie and Irma. Proud like 2 little peacocks. One with her head in the air, the other with air in her head.
Why, Professor?
Oh, excuse me, Jenny. A little joke I found on a package of birdseed. Girls, I was wondering, could I borrow some wire to hang up a picture of Mrs. O'Reilly in my room?
Well, surely, but why the sudden affection for Mrs. O'Reilly?
The doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders?
Yeah. He put me on a diet, and her picture is the only thing that will spoil my appetite. What seems to be the trouble, girls? You look a little... Say, where is the piano?
Professor, I just sent the piano back because the payments were too large, and what do you think Irma did?
Signed up for piano lessons.
How did you guess?
I figured for Irma to be a logical step. Irma, darling, maybe you can get your money back.
Oh, no, there are no refunds, but it says on this circular that I can substitute something else for piano lessons. You're a professor. You're a musician, Professor. What do you suggest?
Well, please, let me look at the list, huh? Beethoven Music School. I knew a man who took that course. Studied for 10 years. Still couldn't learn to play an instrument.
Then the school didn't help him at all?
Well, Janie, yes and no. After 10 years, he was so mad that every time he saw someone play, he would wave his fist at him. Became one of the biggest conductors in America.
Oh. You see, Jane, I told you it was a good school. What course do you think I ought to take, Professor?
Well, here's something that sounds practical. Combination harp and drum lesson.
Practical?
Sure. Anyone who practices all day on the drum should also be prepared to play the harp.
Hello, Jane. Professor. Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey.
Say, Al, that's a beautiful coat. Where did you buy it?
Oh, thanks. Got it on an election bet.
Oh, you won it.
Well, not exactly. Another guy lost the bet, and I held his coat while he pushed a peanut down the street with his nose. Poor man, he didn't see the traffic signal turn green. Wouldn't have happened if he had worn a taillight. Say, what happened to the piano?
Oh, Jane sent it back, so...
Oh, that's tough. Well, if my new deal comes through, we'll all be on easy street.
What is it this time, Al? Punching holes in Dixie cups and selling them for soup strainers?
Nothing so petty. This one can't miss. It's a special type television set for bars. It shows only half an image. So when you start seeing double, the picture will still be single. Well, what do you think of it?
Oh, it's wonderful, Al. Jane, don't you think he's a live wire?
No, but I'd like to see him holding on to one. Look, Al, if you really want to be helpful, see if you can get Irma's money back.
What money?
I paid $30 for piano lessons, but now that Jane has sent the piano back, I won't be able to hear what I'm playing.
Well, if we want to get that money back, chicken, all we got to do is tell him a pathetic story, and it's got to work.
Are you sure, Al?
Why, certainly. Sob stories have worked all through history. Take Columbus. After he discovered America and came back to report to the Queen, she started to bawl him out. So he explained in these words, Your Royal Highness, I know you meant us to go to India, but we got lost with no compass. Thus came the expression, non-compass mentis.
Oh, brother.
You see, Jane, you think Al doesn't know anything. Well, this ought to prove it.
Good heavens, what was that?
That's Mrs. O'Reilly. She sounds like she's being killed.
Calm yourself. I had the same hope. But she's only singing. And she won't tell me why.
Everybody.
Oh, Mrs. O'Reilly, why the sudden burst of song?
Why, don't you know it's almost time for the annual singing contest?
What singing contest?
Oh, it's a neighborhood thing, Al. The community center around the corner gives a $50 prize to the winner.
That's right. It's 72nd Street versus 73rd Street. And since it's a friendly affair, I'm entering the contest.
Mrs. O'Reilly, you are entering the contest?
And why not?
Look, Mrs. O'Reilly, just because you are built like the sextet from Lucia don't mean you can sing like that.
Oh, yes. For your information, I'll have you know I came in second last year. I would have won, but I had a frog in my throat.
Well, then it's your own fault. You should have kept still and let the frog sing.
Oh, look. Hold it a minute. Oh, please, Professor. Let me see that circular.
Irma, what are you up to?
Now, let's see. Bagpipe, trombone, bugle. Oh, here it is. Vocal lessons.
Vocal lessons?
Well, Jane, I can't get my money back for the piano lessons, so maybe I can take vocal lessons for a couple of weeks and then try for the prize.
Irma, you can't even carry a tune.
Oh, I will go in for any of that heavy music. Miss O'Reilly, do you mind if I compete with you?
Oh, I'm used to competition.
Sure. Wasn't she in that sewing contest with Betsy Ross?
You know, Jane, I think Chicken's got a great idea.
Well, I suppose the money is lost anyway, so no harm can come from her trying.
Oh, thank you, Jane, and I'm going to try very hard, and you can't tell what'll happen.
Oh, this is exciting. Wouldn't it be terrific if Chicken turned out to be a female Caruso?
Yes, Al, and then you'll be my man Friday.
You know, they say when most good singers sing, the glasses vibrate. But when Irma sings, you get the feeling the glasses are trying to run back into the cupboard. Deep in my heart, I know she hasn't got a chance to win the contest, and the money she gave the Beethoven Music School is down the drain, but there's always a chance that the judge of the contest may have worked at Atlantic City and will declare Irma the winner because she has the nicest legs. Which gives me the thought that if Irma were a cricket and would rub her legs together, she'd make better music than she does with her voice. Uh-oh, there she goes again.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Gee, aren't those lyrics pretty, Jane?
Irma, are you sure this is what you want to do?
Oh, this song, my practice number. I can pick any song I want to for the audition. I may even sing an operatic number.
Opera? Do you know any?
My favorite is Laugh, Clown, Laugh from the opera Parcheesi.
Parcheesi. Oh, yes, that must be Italian for pagliacci. Look, sweetie, I've already resigned myself to kissing that $30 goodbye, but as long as you insist on going through with this audition, don't you think you should try to sing something simple?
Well, there are 3 simple songs I like. I'm Just a Prisoner of Love, Why Not Take All of Me, and He's Too Fat for Me. Gee, all afternoon at the office, I was trying to decide which one I liked best.
At the office? So your boss, Mr. Clyde, must have just loved that.
Yes, he said my singing really sends him. It's just that he has so much work to do at the office, he can't go.
Oh, Irma, why don't you just forget this whole thing?
Oh, no, Jane, I'm sure I can sing. Don't forget they laughed at another singer, but now he's a millionaire.
What singer are you talking about?
The one who sells all those sewing machines. Well, listen, Jane, I'm going down to the dime store. So far I have Prisoner of Love, and Why Not Take All of Me, and the others, but maybe I'll find something I like better.
Oh, all right, sweetie. Goodbye. Hello. Who? The community center? Oh, yes, Mr. Sterling. What? You received Irma Peterson's application to enter the singing contest. What? You're listening to all the 73rd Street contestants in a half an hour? Yes, I'll tell her you'll be here. What? Yes, I'll convey the same message to Mrs. O'Reilly. Thank you, Mr. Sterling. Goodbye. Come in. Oh, Mr. Clyde.
Miss Stacy, excuse me for barging in like this. Is Irma Peterson here?
No, but she'll be right back. Why?
I want to fire her. I want to assassinate her. I don't know what I want to do to her.
Now, control yourself, Mr. Clyde.
I'm sorry, Miss Stacy. That girl has worked for me for some time, and I put up with a lot. I didn't mind when she cut holes in my galoshes so the water would run out. And I could even take it when she had my desk painted and I put my new top coat over it so no one would get their hands wet. But what is this song title madness?
Well, Mr. Clyde, she's entering a singing contest, and she has song titles on her mind.
On her what? Miss Stacy, I dictated a letter to her yesterday, and I found this carbon copy. It's to my most important client. I'm supposed to be a lawyer, but when he gets this letter, I'll need one.
Well, let me see it. Dear Mr. Vanderbilt, I regret the Court of Appeals decided against us, but I trust you'll appreciate my position in this matter, as I am just a prisoner of love. Oh, no.
Continue.
Please remember that you have had my untiring efforts, my 30 years of experience, my unimpeachable integrity, so why not take all of me?
There's more. Keep going.
I was considering enlisting the help of ex-Senator Bernard Sindel, but I have decided against this because he's too fat for me. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing for you to say. If I lose this client, not only is Miss Peterson fired, but I'm going to sue her. Goodbye.
Mrs. O'Reilly! Mrs. O'Reilly!
Hello, Jane. Where's Chicken?
Al, let me ask you a sentimental question. Would you like to have Irma at your side through the years?
Couldn't think of anything better. Why?
Well, save a space for her in the unemployment line. She lost her job.
Lost her job? What's the matter with that girl? Is she going Hollywood?
Al, it's a long story. All I know is she just about lost her job. She hasn't got a nickel in the bank. She's wasted money on singing lessons, and she hasn't got a chance to win the contest. Now, Al, what are we going to do?
Oh, wait a minute, Jane. I think I hear her coming.
I'm just a prisoner of love.
Chicken, your prison days are over. Got a feeling you're about to be executed.
Why, Al? What's happened?
I'll tell you, Irma. I just had a talk with Mr. Clyde, and he's disgusted with you. You're just about to lose your job.
And in that case, you're going to need that $30 you spent for lessons to tide you over. So you got to go back to that Beethoven music school and cry for your money. Give them a real sob story.
Oh, but, gosh, I wouldn't know what to say.
Well, there's nothing to it. You simply say something like, you lost your job, and if you don't get the $30 back, you will have nothing to eat, and the children will starve. You got it, Chicken?
Oh, word for word.
Good. Let me hear it.
All right, now let's see. I want the $30 back because I'm starved and I have nothing to eat but the children.
Hold it, Chicken. You got the right words, but they sound like they went through the mixmaster.
Oh, Al, you know she won't get it right. Besides, there are no refunds.
Yes, and I'm determined to go through with the contest.
Okay, Chicken. When our backs are against the wall and there ain't no time to stall, there's only one man to call.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe. Al, got a problem. Irma is entering a contest in the community center. How can I make sure she wins when she sings? Huh? You don't like people who sing? Well, why not, Joe? Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. Your brother did some singing to the district attorney, and they almost tracked your whole gang. Can understand your point. So I guess you can't help us, but thanks for the effort, and goodbye, noble friend.
Come in.
Hello, folks. Janie, the professor here told me you called me.
Yes, I did, Mrs. O'Reilly. Mr. Sterling from the community sing call. He's going to audition all the applicants in this block, and he'll be here any minute.
Any minute? Glory be. I'd better try my voice. Oh, la, la, oh, well, my notes seem to be nice and pear-shaped.
Why not? You're built like one.
Why, you tattered old Toscanini, you.
Mrs. O'Reilly, please, I'm only fooling. You know that, to me, you look like a queen.
Well, that's better.
The Queen Mary in Drydock.
Now, mustn't hear you.
Oh, please be still, will you? Someone's at the door. Come in.
Good evening. I am Mr. Sterling.
Oh, yes, you called.
I hope I'm not late. I've been listening to all the applicants on this block, and I must say, up to this point, 72nd Street has it all over for 73rd Street.
Well, we're going to change that.
Are you Irma Peterson?
Oh, no, I am. But listen to Mrs. O'Reilly first, because I'm trying to memorize the words of my song.
All right, Mrs. O'Reilly. What are you going to sing?
Well, I was going to sing a little Welsh number called Lost in the Wilderness.
Inspired by a visit to my room.
But instead I'll sing the last rose of summer.
Let's hear it.
Well, here we go. Ready, Professor?
Ready.
'Tis the last rose of summer left blooming alone. All her lovely companions are dead and gone.
That's very interesting. And, and now, Miss Peterson, what are you going to say?
Well, I was going to sing I'm Just a Prisoner of Love, but I forgot the words, so I'll sing onesie twosie, because any child can remember that.
I'll accompany you, my darling. You ready? 1, 2.
Onesie twosie, I'll kiss yousie. Hey, Jane, what comes after twosie?
Try threesie.
Threesie? Jane, are you sure it's threesie?
Yes, didn't you just sing twosie?
Yes, but I thought Wednesday came after Tuesday.
If you don't mind, Miss Peterson, I'll come back when you know what day it is. Goodbye.
Now, don't cry, Irma, darling.
Well, she's got plenty to cry about. She spent her last $30. She's out of the contest. And to make things fifthly adorable, she's lost her job.
But don't forget, she still got me.
That still leaves the score 0-0.
This is the blackest day of my life.
Oh, you always say that.
Well, this is really dark black. Come in. Oh, it's you, Mr. Clyde.
Look, Miss Peterson, I'm a square-dealing man, and I always say what's on my mind. That letter you sent to our client who lost $50,000 in that case yesterday.
Yes?
Well, he just called me. He said he laughed at your letter so much he forgot his losses and gave me another case.
What?
And to show my appreciation, you're rehired, and here's a $50 bonus.
Oh, I'm so happy I could sing.
You do, and I'll take back the money.
Of Irma's musical career, Lily Pons can now breathe easy again. And thanks to Mr. Clyde's generosity, Irma has $50. Irma, what are you going to do with the $50?
Oh, I think we ought to get the piano back. I need it.
Honey, you never touched the piano. What do you mean you need it?
Well, every time Al kissed me, I used to lean against the piano. Now I'm liable to fall out the window.
And you know something? She may fall out of the window head first, but believe me, she'll land on her feet if I know my friend Irma.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
The Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton, with David Forrester and his orchestra, our singing star Anita Ellis, Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, did you hear that the award's just now on the air?
No, I didn't hear.
I understand that the Bartender's Guide just voted Lost Weekend as the best picture, see? Winchell gave it an orchid, and the bartenders gave it 4 roses.
Red, you look a little tired tonight. What have you been doing?
I've been up all night with a sick routine, you know. The old routine that Major Daniels gave me down there. Tonight, I feel a bit, there's a word here I'm not going to try. I feel a bit debilitated. I'll bet my teacher in Vincennes is proud of me.
What have you been doing, Red?
Well, our sponsor, Mr. Raleigh's in town tonight.
Raleigh?
Yes.
Raleigh, let's see. I do believe I've heard that name before.
Come, old boy. You better remember it or you won't hear it again. Oh, I love this guy. He's so naive. Meets the train, you know. Mr. Raleigh gets up. There he is, standing with a big sign on his back. Smoke Raleigh's and tune in on Tuesday.
Well, Mr. Raleigh enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. He's got a great sense of humor, you know. I was with him last night. He'd tell a joke, and I'd laugh, and then I'd tell a joke. Then he'd tell a joke, and I'd laugh. He's a nice fellow, though.
Say, did you get him a date with a glamour girl?
No, he wants Rita Hayworth or nothing.
Did you ask her?
Yes, and nothing's getting mighty monotonous. He wanted to go to a Hollywood nightclub for a sandwich.
Well, what did you do?
We sold his Cadillac and went in. I'm proud of that.
Well, say, did Mr. Raleigh have a good time at the nightclub?
Yeah, we saw a very good show. A girl did a fan dance the hard way.
Did a fan dance the hard way?
Yeah, she used a yo-yo with a feather on it.
Did you discuss the radio show with Mr. Raleigh?
Yes, I did. I told him because the show was so successful, I was going to tear up my old contract and ask for a new one. We was up way late into the night.
Celebrating?
No, pasting my contract back together. You know, after all, he pays me $5,000 a week. And $5,000 is a lot of cigarettes, bud.
Well, where's Mr. Raleigh staying?
Well, you know that big apartment, the Wilshire Palms, with a view of the park?
Yeah?
Well, I got him a place in the park with a view of the apartment. No kidding, we got him a room, but I'm having a little trouble with him. He insists on having 4 doors put in it, one for each wall.
Why?
He says if Lana Turner walks by, he's going to be ready.
Hello, Red.
Oh, how are you,
Mr.
Anita?
Raleigh a wonderful man?
He sure is, Anita.
You know, I think you overdid it, though, the way you tried to impress him.
What do you mean?
Well, after all, meeting a train dressed as Sir Walter Raleigh.
You proud of that, aren't you? Well, you know, I told Mr. Raleigh that you were the loveliest, most charming girl I knew, and outside of being the best singer.
Oh, you're so sweet, Red. I could throw my arms around you and hug you.
Really? Well, that's not all I said, either. And he said to me, he says he's going to double your salary.
Oh, gee, I think I'll save that hug for Mr. Raleigh.
Well, that'll learn me to keep my mouth shut.
Oh, Red, here's Pat with something for you.
Oh?
Red, you're going to be proud of this. Red Skelton, care NBC Hollywood. Poor Richard Board meeting yesterday nominated one Red Skelton to non-resident membership in Ye Old Club. Unanimous approval given by every member. Congratulations, Roger Clip, President Poor Richard Club. And here, Red, is your ribbon and Poor Richard medal.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm really honored to be a member of such a great organization that does so much for their fellow man.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Yes, exhaustive scientific tests of America's 6 biggest-selling brands, certified by 14 distinguished doctors, including eminent throat specialists, have just proved conclusively. No other leading cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. So, no other is actually safer to smoke. See if you don't agree, Raleighs are right. Right for taste, right for throat. Try Raleighs. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobacco, that milder, smoother, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now lovely Anita Ellis sings All the Things You Are.
That makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star, the dearest things I know of what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star, the dearest things I know of what you are. Happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are.
Tonight we open our Skelton scrapbook of satire to a story entitled Hospital Capers. Our characters are fictional. Any resemblance to persons living is unintentional, and it shouldn't happen to a dog. Chapter 83 is entitled Afraid of the Doctor. This is the story of Clem Cadiddlehopper, the man with the IQ of 00. 2 empty heads. He's a hypochondriac and will take anything that even looks like a pill. All the things I am, I was for you. I just don't feel good today. I took my temperature and it's just 2 points under the price of eggs. I really feel bad. I went to see Dr. Gillespie. I sat through the picture 3 times and he didn't even wait on me. I've been taking medicine all week. I took 3 bottles of them vitamin pills. It's pretty hard, too, boy. Them bottles are hard to swallow. I think I'll go tell Sarah Dew. Maybe she'll be sympathetic with me.
Howdy, Clem.
Well, Sarah Dew, howdy doody to you, too. How are you doing?
Imagine running into you. What a surprise.
Yeah, I'm surprised, too. Would you help me come under the car here, please?
What's ailing you? You look sick.
Well, you don't look so good, you know, yourself. I ain't been myself lately. I just...
What's that rope in your hand?
Well, that's got me puzzled. Either I found a rope or I've lost a cow. I don't feel good, so can't seem to think.
Well, Clem, I'd go see a doctor if I were you because you don't look so good.
You said that a while ago, and you don't look so good yourself. Old woman. Yeah.
Why, Clem, I'm not so old. After all, I've still got the schoolgirl complexion.
Yeah, but those awful big diplomas under your eyes.
Well, you just name one girl prettier than me.
Well, that would be pretty hard to do, you know.
Oh, is it, Clem?
Yeah, it'd be hard to name one. There's so many, you know.
Clem, was that a joke?
I thought it was until I said it.
Well, I'm sorry to say this, Clem, but you got bats in your belfry.
Is that who's ringing them bells in my head?
Well, what made you sick, Clem?
I took a box of them pills, you know, that puts iron in your blood.
You took a whole box of pills at once?
Family size, too.
Well, you certainly ought to have iron in your blood now.
You're not kidding. Watch, I'll bend over for you.
Gee, you're going to have to get oiled.
No, I can't drink a thing. Makes my teeth get all rusty, you know. Goodness, I feel like an old junk heap, you know.
Well, you better come with me to Doc Thompson's office.
No. The last time I was at Doc Thompson's office, he wrote out a prescription for me to take. I took the prescription, and it was the worst tasting paper I ever had in my life. Well, let's go in and see the doc. Come on, we're going
Well, here we are at the doctor's. Come on, let's go in.
Oh, good afternoon, Sarah Dew.
Doc Thompson, will you take a look at my boyfriend, Clem?
Do I have to? My, Clem, you do look pale and wrinkled.
Yeah, it's a Venetian blind. I'm over here.
What seems to be your trouble?
Well, I've been staying up nights trying to figure out what's wrong with me.
You have?
Yep, I was up last night and I found out what it was.
What?
I ain't been getting enough sleep lately.
Well, can you remember what brought this trouble on?
Yes, I do. I took a bunch of them iron pills, you know. I believe I'm turning into a robot.
What makes you think so?
They threw me out of a theater last night for applauding. Look. How do you like that? Real dishpan hand.
Why, that's awful. You know, if this keeps up, you'll turn into a steel mill.
I know. Already pickets are walking around me.
Well, let's look at your throat.
Okay.
Open wide. Oh, my.
Oh, what is it, Doc?
Well, take a look.
Can I see, too? Or can I? It'd be quite a trick, wouldn't it?
Yes, we'll get a mirror.
Oh.
Here, look.
Boy, what a throat. Looks like a bowling alley with one pin still standing.
Well, you'll be all right. Just stop eating those things that make iron in your blood, like raisins and spinach.
Yeah, I'll cut out all pork, too. I don't want any pig iron. It's too fast for him. He didn't get it either.
Now, let's see your tongue.
Okay.
Stick it out. Further. Further. Further.
What is it?
It's half red and half plaid.
That's my socks coming through. Well, what do you think, Doc? What do you think?
Well, I think you'd better go to the hospital.
Not me. My mother went to the hospital once.
Well, what happened?
Well, here I
am. Remember, medical science offers you proof positive. Remember, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Herbert Marshall, popular screen star, says, quote,
I've seen the inside facts on cigarettes, and I'm convinced that medical science has proved no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. So, no other is safer to smoke than Raleigh's. From now on, I'm a Raleigh fan.
You're right, Herbert Marshall. Raleigh's are right. So, friends, next time, try Raleigh's. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobaccos. That smoother, milder, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Now, David Forrester and his orchestra play the famous violin solo, Horse Toccata. But instead, 35 men will play the solo simultaneously all together at the same time. Thank you very much, David. Chapter 84 is entitled Child Psychiatrist. Child psychiatry is playing a great part in helping our future generation. A good psychiatrist might discover the poor child is backward, a real introvert, or Junior, the mean little kid. Hold on to me, Grandma.
Now, Junior, stay with Grandma.
I will.
Oh, goodness, look at all the traffic.
Yeah.
We'll never get across the street.
Yes, we will, too. I has me little traffic whistle with me. I'm going to blow it. Watch. Look at that Chevrolet playing piggyback. Look. Boy, that's the first time I ever seen a man get on the bus without getting out of his own car.
Give me that whiskey, Junior. Give me that. The devil's in you today.
If he is, he's going to be sorry, boy.
Oh, I've stood this long enough.
Don't you hit me.
Junior, we're going to see Dr. Bushel, the famous child psychiatrist.
I'll give him a pick or two. Who's that? What he does?
That's the doctor that looks into your mind.
Oh.
And he can see what's going on.
Really? Can I see, too?
No, Junior. You're too young to see what's going on in your mind.
Oh.
This doctor improves your mind.
Really? Well, boy, he's going to have slim pickings with me, ain't he? Huh? Come on, let's go see them, huh? I anxious to see them.
Now we're going into the doctor's office. Please be good, Junior.
Does you want me to be good?
Yes.
Me old sweet self?
Yes.
Just like a widow gentleman?
Yes.
Not a chance.
Good afternoon, Mrs.
Felton.
Oh.
This is my grandson.
Well, young man, hello.
Shut up. Why don't you pretend you was a pound of butter and make yourself scarce? Go ahead.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah. Did you say something, or are you catching cold?
Doctor, I hope you can do something with him.
My dear lady, I've spent 20 years studying children like him.
And what's your conclusion?
I'm a bachelor.
Hey, is you really a widow child, Seekerikas?
Junior, I help little children.
You do?
Now, before you leave here, you'll be grateful to me.
Why, you going to give me some gumdrops?
No.
Then we'll never see eye to eye.
You know, madam, sometimes children idolize an older person so much that they imitate them.
I think he's following in his grandfather's footsteps.
You mean I is staggering?
Yes, Junior.
Hey, well, I'll take off my clothes so you can get on with the examination.
Junior, in my work, I don't examine your body. I examine your mind.
Oh, well, I'll take off my hat for you then.
Tell me, Junior, do you have strange dreams?
I sure does. Did you ever hear this one?
Easy does it,
Not that one, Grandma. Another one. You know, last night I dreamed I see Superman and Flash Gordon, and they was fighting. Ooh, it was awful. They was throwing atomic bombs at each other and shooting rocket guns at each other, and they was just about killing each other there. But they didn't do it. You know who stopped them?
No.
Little orphan Annie. I followed that. You know, I used to dream that I was an elephant, squirting water through me nose at people, you know. But lately I've been dreaming that I was an Indian, and I goes around scalping them, you know.
Scalping people?
Yes, my dreams is getting better all the time.
That's very interesting.
From the picture, the same name. I'm glad you like it. Second features are much better, though. Stick around, will you?
What does that dream mean, Doctor?
It means that he has two opposite qualities. He has a good conscience and a bad conscience, and they're always battling for control of him.
Yeah, well, that good conscience ain't much of a fighter, is he?
I don't know. Now, tell me, Junior, all about your childhood as far back as you can remember.
Well, that wouldn't take very long, because I ain't been here very long, you know. I remember when I was first born. I never forget that day.
The old stork tried to commit suicide. I look up from me little padded cradle, and I saw me pop handing out cigars, you know. And then the next thing I know, someone picks me up and they're trying to put a three-cornered zoot suit on me.
You know, he's a strange little fellow. He's bad, but really wants to be good.
Junior, do you really remember all that?
Yes, I got a perfect memory. I remember everything, you know.
Then tell me, if you have such a perfect memory,
Yes?
who put that frog in your grandfather's pajamas last week?
You know, I think my memory is failing me. I can't even remember who put the glue in his bedroom slippers last night.
Very interesting. He definitely has a split personality. Now, we'll test his willpower. Junior, I want you to go into the next room.
Yeah?
Now, you'll find a lot of different articles, playthings, valuable antiques, and you just go in and make yourself at home.
You mean me? In there with all that stuff? All alone? You realize what you was doing, don't you?
Yes.
You mean you're a regular doctor here? You didn't wander in from someplace.
Oh, no, I'm the regular doctor. But I know you won't touch anything that you shouldn't.
He must be a stranger in town.
Run along like the man says, Junior.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Look at it on the table. Slingshot and a box of rocks. Look at all of them windows and them bases. I wonder if it's a booby trap. Maybe it's a mirage. Maybe it's some kind of a trick. And then again, what do I care? I'm not going to do it anyhow. Give me a rock, boy. I got
What did you break?
Meow, meow, meow.
You see, it wasn't him after all. It was a cat.
It still works.
I really know that he broke something, but when he starts to do things like that, use a little psychology on him. Just pretend you don't care, and he'll stop.
Hey, what's going on in here?
Nothing, Junior.
Now, you tell me what you was doing, or is I going to shoot you with a slingshot?
Oh, that would be fun. Go right ahead and shoot me.
It's all right, Junior. Go ahead.
Now, she ought to know better than that. No, I don't want to do it.
You see?
No, I wouldn't shoot you with a slingshot. You're a nice old doc. Could I borrow that hatchet over there?
Now, you wouldn't hit him with a hatchet. You're kidding.
You just keep laughing, kiddo, that's all. You wait till he runs around here with a real split personality.
And, you've played long enough. Now, give me the rocks and this slingshot.
Okay, here's the rock.
Good heavens, my window.
Boy, I is hot now. Here comes another one.
Look out, Junior.
Oh,
heavens. That rock ricocheted. It hit you.
It broke me with a hand.
You shouldn't have encouraged him.
No, you shouldn't have encouraged me.
It's your fault.
It's all his fault.
Oh, bless his little heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart.
Well, in psychiatry, I have found that when a person is badly hurt, he never repeats the harmful act. So this boy has learned a great lesson.
He don't know me very well, does he?
Every Thursday night at the same time. Red Skelton, David Forrester, his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Gigi Pearson, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying goodbye now, and thanks for listening.
And remember, listen to Hildegard tomorrow night, and The People Are Funny with Art Linkletter Friday night over most of these stations. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the tobacco that leaves your pipe as clean as a whistle. It's carefully blended from rich, ripe burleys and mellowed with just a touch of rum to enhance the natural, full-bodied flavor. And Sir Walter Raleigh burns right, slow, even, and cool, right down to the bottom of the bowl. It never leaves your pipe with a soggy heel, just a clean, dry ash. Next time, get Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Oh, Riley, don't make any plans for a week from tonight.
A week from tonight? Why not, Duncan?
Well, we've been invited to dinner at the Gillises.
Oh, okay, but tell them we can't get there too early because the Life of Riley program is going on 1 hour later starting next week. And you know me, I never miss it.
Oh, it's the life of Riley when Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink. The finest beer served anywhere, so let the glasses clink. Oh, east or west or north or south, there's nothing like it at all. Yes, you're living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. When for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, finest beer served anywhere, proudly presents The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. Well, Christmas has come and gone, and the Rileys had barely settled down into their normal routine when the approach of the New Year's Eve brought with it new problems. And knowing Chester A. Riley as we do, we can expect that the birth of a new year will find Riley a very nervous midwife.
Hey, Peg, when's New Year's Eve? Friday?
No, this year it's Saturday. And guess what?
Saturday, huh? Say, Dumplin', this New Year's Eve, let's not go out. Let's just spend a quiet evening home for a change, huh?
For a change? You haven't taken me out on a New Year's Eve in 10 years.
I have so. What about last year? I blew you to a 7-course dinner, didn't I?
50's 89-cent special.
And afterwards, we had a very entertaining time down on Pershing Square.
Standing on a street corner watching the police arrest jaywalkers is not my idea of entertainment.
Well, you're very hard to please. Anyway, this New Year's Eve...
This New Year's Eve, we're going to a party. The Morrises invited us. It'll be a real nice affair.
Oh, do we have to go? At Hobart Morris is our landlord, and I always got to watch how I insult him.
But we'll still have fun. I don't understand you, Riley. Everybody celebrates New Year's Eve.
Well, I got nothing against celebrating, but that's for youngsters.
Hi, Clarence.
Yeah, a girl like Babs, it's different. But when a woman gets to be your age, Peg...
What do you mean, my age?
Well, 40-ish.
40? Listen, I'm 36, and don't you forget it.
How can I? You've been reminding me for the last 3 years.
What's all the high-pitched conversation? Oh, your father. As usual, he doesn't want to take me out New Year's Eve. Oh, why not, Daddy?
Oh, these New Year's Eve parties are so dull. Just a lot of noise. Everybody waits around for 12 o'clock. Then you sing Old Lang Syne, throw confetti, kiss your wife, and go home.
Well, it's fun.
No, we can have the same fun right here at home. New Year's Eve, wake me up at 12 o'clock. I'll whistle Old Lang Syne, throw a fistful of confetti in your face, kiss you, then I'll roll over and go back to sleep.
You're hopeless.
Oh, but Peg...
Riley, we're going to the Morrises for New Year's Eve.
Okay, I'll go. But I promise you I won't enjoy myself.
Oh, Daddy, you're such an old fogey.
That ain't true. I'm a very young fogey. But it's just that New Year's Eve is for youngsters. A girl like you, if she don't step out New Year's, well, it's pretty near a calamity. And wait, hey, who's your date with this year?
I don't know yet.
You haven't got a date yet?
No, but
You got the sorority dance.
Yes.
And you're chairman of the committee. You got to be there.
Don't get excited. She'll be asked.
Yeah, but it's only a few days off.
Well, Bob Wilson's dropping in tomorrow night. He'll ask me.
How do you know? Did he say so?
Well, not to me, of course, but Bob told his friend George Thompson, and George told his girlfriend Lucy, and her cousin Trudy has her hair done at Arlene's, and she's my hairdresser, too.
I see. And Arlene told you.
No. You see, Arlene
Never
told
mind. That's enough. Listen, Babs, just to be on the safe side, sometimes a young fellow's shy about asking. Now, I know a good trick. When he gets here, I'll go next door to Gillis's, and I'll phone you, and you pretend that I'm a fellow asking you for a date. And you say, well, I don't know yet, but I'll let you know. And that'll make...
Riley. That's enough. Babs will get dates without your help. She doesn't have to use any tricks. Anyway, not stupid tricks like that.
Well, you're a fine one to talk. Where would you be today if your father hadn't used the same stupid trick on me? Hi, Junior.
Oh, hi, Pop.
Your mother home?
No, she went over to Mrs. Gillis's.
I think I'll listen to the news and hit the hay.
Oh, wait a minute, Pop. Don't go in the living room.
Oh, why not?
Because Babs is in there with her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tonight's the night. Hey, I wonder how she's making out.
Pop, you're not going to peek through the keyhole.
Well, of course not. I'm too big. You peek. Tell me what's going on.
Oh, no, Pop. It's not right for a father to spy on his daughter.
Since when are you Babs' father? Go on, peek.
Well, okay, but it isn't right.
Well, you see anything?
I see Babs.
What about the boy?
I can only see his arms.
Where are they? Here, let me look.
Watch it, Babs is coming.
Huh? Oh.
Daddy.
Oh, hello, Babs.
Well, what are you doing on your knees?
Okay, Junior, shoot a nickel.
Daddy, you were listening.
Did he ask you yet, Babs?
He will.
He didn't ask you?
Don't worry, he will, I tell you.
Let me go next door and call you up. That'll cinch you.
Oh, Daddy, now please don't interfere. I've got to make some coffee for Bob.
10 o'clock and the guy hasn't opened his mouth yet. She'll wind up sitting home New Year's, but not if I can help it.
Oh, Pop, you better not go in there.
Junior, you heard what Babs said. Don't interfere.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Oh, I didn't know anybody was here. Good evening.
I'm Bob Wilson.
I'm Babs' father.
Oh, Babs has told me a lot about you.
Did I say something funny?
No, sir.
Oh. How's your friend George Thompson?
Oh, do you know George? He's fine.
Oh. How's he getting on with his girlfriend, Lucy?
Oh, you know Lucy, too.
Yeah. How's her cousin, Trudy?
Who?
Does she still get her hair done at Arlene's?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, yes, she does.
Well, if you say so, sir.
I haven't seen you around before, have I?
Well, no, I only met Babs last week.
Yeah, great little girl, my Babsy.
Yes, sure is.
1 in a million.
Yes.
Not like most girls you meet nowadays. You know the type I mean, those glamour girls, wild, never stay home. Babsy's a real nice, quiet, homely type girl.
She is. She doesn't look it.
Well, don't let her looks fool you. You know what I always say? She's a girl just like the girls that married dear old Dad. I never worry about her for a minute. For instance, she'll probably be going out New Year's. I beg your pardon?
I didn't say anything.
Oh. Well, she'll probably be going out to a dance New Year's Eve with some boy. Well, like I was saying, on New Year's Eve, I won't be going through what other fathers go through. You know, pacing up and down the floor, looking at the clock, running up the Mulholland Drive with a flashlight. No, I don't worry about my little Babs. Why should I? She don't smoke, she don't drink, she don't neck. And 12 o'clock sharp, she'll be sound asleep in her bed. That's the kind of a girl she is. You can't go wrong with Babs.
Oh, Beth.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, Daddy, are you in here?
Yeah, I was just chatting with Bob here. Well, I guess I'll be running along. So long, Bob.
Well, I've got to be running, too. So long, Babs.
Oh, but I just made coffee.
Oh, I'm sorry, Babs. I didn't realize it was so late. You see, I have an appointment. Well, I'll be seeing you. Good night.
I told you to use the phone call trick.
Well, I don't understand. When I went out for coffee, he was on the verge of asking me.
Well, I don't understand it either. And after the build-up I gave you.
Build-up?
Yeah.
What did you say to him?
I didn't say nothing wrong. Just told him what a swell girl you are. You don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't neck.
Oh, no. How could you tell him a horrible thing like that?
But it's true.
But you didn't have to tell him. I told you not to interfere. This isn't the first time. You're always driving like
Don't cry, Babsy. I can't stand it when people cry. I can't help.
Mother, you've just got to keep Daddy out of the living room.
Don't worry. I'll get him out of the house the minute he comes home.
This is my last chance. If Monroe doesn't take me, I don't know what I'll do.
Oh, I like Bob better.
So do I, but what can I do?
Well, Monroe's not bad looking.
No, but he's so prim and proper. Sometimes he acts like an old maid.
He does look a little prissy.
I think he's scared of girls.
Well, you better go back in the living room, dear. You shouldn't leave him alone.
Oh, he doesn't mind. He brought a book along with him in Greek. Now, Mother, you'll see that Daddy doesn't start anything.
I'll handle your father. Now, run along, dear.
Oh, thanks, Mother.
Junior?
Yes, Mom?
Oh, Junior, when your father gets home, don't say anything about Monroe being here.
Okay, Chief, I got you.
Hey! Hey!
In the kitchen, Riley.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late for supper.
Oh, that's all right, dear. We're going out for supper.
What's the idea? Today ain't Mother's Day.
Come on.
All right, don't push me. I'll go. Hey, wait a minute. Who's in there?
Nobody.
Well, don't tell me. I hear voices.
Oh, that. It's only Babs and a boyfriend.
Bob, he came back?
No, he didn't. You saw to that. It's another boy.
Oh, so that's why you're trying to get rid of me. You're afraid I'll mess up everything.
Well, what did you do last night?
Now, don't start that again. We went all through that. I admitted I was wrong. Guess I just don't understand the younger generation. But I won't make the same mistake again.
You won't get a chance to. Now, let's go.
All right. Fine thing, a guy gets shoved out of his own house. Anybody can make a mistake, ain't that right, Junior?
I guess so.
After all, I'm only human, ain't I?
I guess so.
You guess so? What kind of an answer is that? When I ask a question, I want a straight answer, yes or no?
No.
Well, that's better. Wait a minute, no.
Oh, come on. Oh, Riley, where's your tie?
What do I need a tie for? It ain't Sunday.
Well, I'm not going into a restaurant with you looking like a hobo. Now go back and get one. We'll wait here.
Okay.
And don't bother Babs.
My own wife calls me a hobo. Too polite to call me a bum. She didn't call me a bum before we were married, when I really was a bum.
Oh, good evening, sir. I'm Monroe Mayberry.
I'm Bab's father.
Oh? Barbara's told me a lot about you.
Something I can get you?
No, thanks. I just wanted my glasses.
Well, you got them on. You see them in front of your eyes.
I want my reading glasses. They're in my coat here in the hall closet. Oh, dear. Something fell.
Oh, that's all right. I'll get it. Oh, it's only my tuxedo. My wife took it out of mothballs. We're stepping out this New Year's. Nothing like stepping out New Year's. I beg your pardon?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, we're a great family for stepping out, especially my Betsy. Now, there's a gal who likes to step out and paint the town red.
Really, sir? That's odd. Barbara always struck me as being rather on the quiet side. More or less the intellectual type.
Betsy? Intellectual? Why, she hasn't got a brain in her head. She couldn't even read till she was 13. Now, all she cares about is dancing and going to parties. She'll dance you right off your feet. A real live wire. I don't know where that girl gets her energy. She can keep going till all hours of the night. Many's the time when I'm leaving for work in the morning, I meet her coming home. That's the kind of a girl my Betsy is.
Really? I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Monroe, did you find your Why, Daddy, I thought you'd gone.
No, I just came back to get a tie. Here's one. Well, I'll be running along now.
Oh, Monroe, why are you putting on your coat?
Well, I've got to be going, too. I'm terribly sorry, but I just remembered I have an appointment.
Well, now, wait, Monroe.
I really have to go.
No, but
Good night.
Daddy, you did it again.
No, I didn't say anything wrong. I gave you a big build-up. I told him you were a real glamour girl.
But Monroe can't stand that kind of girl.
Oh? Well, I thought...
Oh, you ruined everything. That was my last chance. Now I'll never get a date for the dance.
But, Babsy...
Was that Monroe who just ran down the street? Babsy, what's wrong, dear?
Oh, Mother, he did it again.
Oh, Riley. You make me so mad I could...
Now, wait a minute, Peg. Don't you hit me. If you hit me, I'll...
You what?
Okay, hit me.
Why did you have to interfere?
Now, don't cry, Babsy.
Oh, I've got to be at that dance.
Can't you go alone?
No, I've got to have an escort.
Well, I know what. I'll be your escort.
I'd rather go alone.
Well, maybe you better. I got to take your mother to the Morris's party.
I'd rather go alone, too.
What a revolting development this is.
Pabst Blue Ribbon will bring you the second act of The Life of Riley in just a moment. And remember, folks, The Life of Riley will come to you 1 hour later, beginning next Friday, January 6th. Remember, next week, 1 hour later. You know, any Pabst Blue Ribbon fan who travels a great deal will talk this way about his favorite beer. I bought a bottle of Pabst Blue Ribbon in Minneapolis, and it tasted just like it always does at home. Had a couple of bottles on the train. Again, that delicious Blue Ribbon taste. Yes, sir, that's one reason I've settled down to Pabst Blue Ribbon. It always tastes exactly the same. Finest beer served. Anywhere. Now, there's a mighty good reason why Pabst Blue Ribbon is so dependable. Every operation in the great Pabst breweries, from grain to bottle, is under Blue Ribbon control. No guesswork, no hit-or-miss methods. Blue Ribbon quality all the way through. That's why more beer drinkers bought Pabst Blue Ribbon in 1949 than ever before in Pabst's 105-year history. Taste it. You'll see why Pabst Blue Ribbon, wherever you go, is called the finest beer served. Anywhere.
You hear it everywhere. Finest beer served anywhere. 33 fine brews blended into one great beer.
And now back to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley with Paula Winslow and John Brown.
But Bev said she'd rather go alone.
Nothing doing. She can't go alone to a New Year's Eve dance.
But she's got to be there.
I just won't go without an escort.
Then let me be your escort.
I won't go to a school dance with my father.
Nobody will know I'm your father. They'll think I'm a college boy. I'll get a cool haircut.
What do you use for hair?
All right, then they'll think I'm one of your professors.
What do you use for brains?
All right, if they want to know who I am, you tell them I'm one of them GI students.
They won't believe that either.
Tell them I'm from the First World War. Now, look, Bev, you just got to go to that dance. You're on the committee.
I know, but Oh, well, I suppose I'll have to. All right, you can take it.
Well, glad that's settled.
It is? But what about me? You expect me to go to the Morrises alone?
Well, of course not. You just won't go. Well, I'm glad that's settled.
Now, just a minute. I'm not going to stay home alone on New Year's Eve.
Okay, I'll get somebody to escort you, and I'll join you later. How about going with my friend Gillis?
No, thank you.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't go with him either. Let's see, there must be somebody that...
I know.
Huh?
The Morrises said something about inviting Sidney Monahan. I'll ask him to pick me up. Well, I'm glad that's settled.
Now, just a minute. Nothing's settled. You ain't going with Monahan.
Why not? He's taken me out before.
Well, that was when you were single.
Oh, don't tell me you're still jealous of Sidney.
No, I ain't jealous, but I'll pick your escorts. If you like Sidney so much, you should have married him.
Don't think he didn't ask me.
Okay, but you married me, and that's your hard luck. Well, have a look, Junior. Pretty classy in the tux, huh?
Isn't it a little tight, Pop?
Yeah, it's a perfect fit. Look.
Well, what's making that bulge in your back pockets? Your wallet?
Huh? Oh, no, that's me. Well, I'm all set except for this bow tie. Hey, you know how to make a bow tie, Junior?
No, Pop. Gee, the smog smells bad tonight.
There's no smog tonight.
Well, I smell something.
That's me, too. I'm trying out a new hair tonic. Babs!
Oh, what is it, Daddy?
Babs, can you tie a bow tie?
Oh, no, I don't know how. Oh, Junior, shut the window. That smog's really horrible tonight.
That's not smog, that's Pop.
That's my new hair tonic.
Daddy, must you?
Yeah, you better hurry up and get ready, Babs. I called a taxi.
Well, I'll be ready.
I gotta get this tie made. Peg! Peg!
What is it, Riley?
Where are you?
In the kitchen.
You should be getting dressed. What are you doing in the kitchen?
I thought I smelled gas.
That ain't gas, Mom.
Quiet. Can you tie a bow tie, Peg?
Now, don't bother me, Riley. I got to finish dressing.
Well, see who that is, Junior.
Okay, Pop.
Got to get this tie right. Who is it, Junior?
It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
Say, Digger, do you know how to make one of these awful bow ties?
Oh, indeed I do.
Yeah?
Let me see now. Right over left. No. Left over right. No.
What's wrong?
Maybe you'd better lie down.
Do I have to?
No, I've got it. There.
Huh.
You're a picture.
Yeah. Do I look real sharp, Digger?
Sharper than most of the people I've seen lately.
Well, thanks, Digger.
Well, is your dear wife ready?
Yeah, but, look, Digger, I didn't tell her yet that you're going to escort her.
Oh, why not?
Well, no offense intended, but, well, I was afraid that she might not want to go with you. You're not offended, are you, Digger?
Why should I be? Nobody wants to go with me. But believe me, eventually they go.
Well, just a minute, Digger. I'll tell her now. I'll be right back. Peg!
In the bedroom.
Oh. Peg, oh, you're dressed. That's good. Well, he's here.
Who?
Your escort.
Escort? I thought I told
Now,
you
let's not start that again.
I won't go with Gillis.
It's not Gillis.
Well, who is it?
Well, it's,
Hurry up, Riley. As we say in my profession, it is later than you think.
Oh, no. No. Not him.
Well, why not, Peg? He's a sweet guy.
I will not go with an undertaker.
Don't worry, he'll bring you back.
I don't even want to discuss it.
Now, oh, there's my taxi. Now, listen, Peg. I ain't got time to argue with you. I'm helping out Babs, your daughter. So either you go with Digger or you'll have to go alone. And if you don't want to go alone, you'll just have to stay home. It's up to you.
Someone at the door, Riley.
Yeah, I know. Babs, the taxi's here.
Okay, I'm ready.
You call for a taxi, Mr. Riley?
Yeah, Hey, you're that Bob Wilson. You drive a cab?
Yeah, weekends. Helps pay my tuition.
Well, what do you know about that?
Let's go, Daddy.
Babs, look who's here.
Bob Wilson. You've got your nerve showing up here.
Yeah, he's driving the taxi.
Oh, well, let's get another taxi.
No, well, now, look, Babs, as long as he's here.
I said get another taxi.
Yeah, but...
Riley, will you come here a minute?
Yeah, in a minute, Peg. Now, look, Babs.
I refuse to go in his cab.
But, Babs...
Riley, you come here this minute.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I don't see what you're sore about, Babs.
Oh, you don't, Mr. Wilson. Riley!
I'm coming. Now, Babs...
I don't wish to discuss it.
Oh, she gets more like her mother every minute.
Riley!
I'm coming!
I'll tell you what I'm sore about, Mr. Wilson.
Women, nothing but trouble. They'll drive me to an early grave.
Please, Riley, this is a holiday. Will you get your dear spouse?
Yes, I'll get it. What is it, Peg?
Next time I call you, you come.
Yeah, well, I had other things on my mind.
Did you tell Mr. Odell I'm not going with him?
Now, Peg, be reasonable.
You better tell him.
I can't do that. I asked him to take you.
I'm not going with him, and that's final.
Now, listen to me, Peg. You go with Digger or you stay home. Ever since we've been married, you told me what to do. You acted like a dictator. But not anymore. I'm giving the orders now. I'm revolting.
You certainly are.
Well, I'm glad you agree. Now, put your coat on and get going.
Riley, it's almost 10.
Taxi's coming. Babs, come on, let's go.
Oh, Daddy, you won't have to take me.
Now we'll get... I won't?
No, Bob's taking me. Isn't it wonderful?
But I thought...
Babs explained about the other night.
Oh, Bob, it's getting late.
Yeah, we better go. I've got to get someone to drive my hack for tonight.
Well, can't you just leave it somewhere?
No, I've got to get a replacement or I'll lose my job.
Well, there must be somebody who'd be glad to help you out.
Well, let's see now. Bill is going out. Frankie's out of town.
I know.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, but Daddy...
Now, wait a minute, Bet. Now, there's no use putting that cap on my head. No, sir.
Give him the keys, Bob.
Here you are, Mr. Riley.
Now, just a minute.
You can keep all the tips.
Who's that? Oh, that's for me. Well, good night.
Now, wait a minute, Peg. Wait for Digger. You're going with him.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm coming, Sidney.
You're going with Monahan?
Yes, dear. Happy New Year.
Now, wait a minute, Peg.
Mother, can you give us a lift? Why, sure. Come along.
But, Peg.
Good night, Daddy. Happy New Year.
But, Peg.
Happy New Year, Mr. Riley. Bring the cab here when you're through.
But, Bob.
3 a.m. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Now, wait, Peg. Come back. This ain't bad.
In just a moment, Riley will return. Who's going to win the Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day? And the Cotton Bowl and the Sugar Bowl? Lots of exciting football broadcasts coming up this weekend. You armchair quarterbacks better be prepared with plenty of Pabst Blue Ribbon cooling on the ice. Lug it home from the store the easy way in the new Pabst Blue Ribbon Handy 6 carton. No clumsy paper bags to carry. Just slip your fingers into the convenient new handle and be on your way with 6 cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Finest beers served anywhere. Ask your dealer for the Pabst Handy 6 carton tomorrow.
Too bad Riley isn't here. Oh, they put the lights out.
Happy New Year!
Sidney! Oh, stop that! Oh, how dare you, Sidney Monahan?
Hey, what's the idea?
Oh, Riley, it was you.
Well, sure it's me. You don't think I trust you at 12 o'clock New Year's Eve with Monahan around? Happy New Year, Dublin.
Happy New Year, Riley.
Happy New Year, everybody.
I don't doubt your good intentions, Riley.
Mr. Wallington, I'm going to make a New Year's resolution never again to stick my nose in Babs' affairs.
Well, that's fine. And while you're making resolutions, how about resolving to keep that icebox of yours full of Pabst Blue Ribbon in 1950?
Oh, for that I don't need no resolution.
Okay, let's drink to the New Year, Riley.
Okay, with the finest beer served anywhere. Look at that delicious foam. Here's to all you folks, wherever you are. May 1950 bring you happiness, health, and prosperity.
Oh, it's the life of Riley when it's Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink. The finest beer served anywhere, so let the glasses clink. Oh, east or west or north or south, there's nothing like it at all. Yes, you're living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. When for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. But remember, next week, Friday, January 6th, The Life of Riley 1 hour later. 1 hour later next week. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Brecker by arrangement with Universal International Pictures, now releasing South Sea Sinner, starring Shelley Winters and MacDonald Carey. Tonight's script is by Reuben Shipp and Alan Lipscott. Direction by Mitch Lindemann. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow. Digger Odell is John Brown. Babs is Barbara Eiler. Junior is Bobby Ellis. Consult your local paper for the correct time of The Life of Riley show on television over NBC each week. The Life of Riley is brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Newark, New Jersey, and Peoria, Illinois. And sent your way with the best wishes of Pabst Blue Ribbon dealers from coast to coast. Jimmy Wallington speaking.
Remember, next week, The Life of Riley will be heard 1 hour later on this station. Next, it's Jimmy Durante with Don Amici on NBC.